hard.
Oh, the Batu boys are back. Holy crap. We did it. Evan, I'm fired up for this episode. I'm actually really not. I'm trying
you're going to say you're fired.
I'm trying. Well, that too. What's up? Bad news.
Oh,
What's up, dude?
Hello there.
We're back. Welcome to another episode of Jedi Talk. I'm your host, Brad Hughes.
I am your co-host, Evan T. Boucher.
And the Batu boys are back.
The Batu boys are back.
The Batu boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
I believe it'd be on planet, right? We're back on
the
planet.
Boys are on planet. The boys are on planet.
That's not the right. I don't know. That's
it. How was Christmas?
It was pretty sweet. I mean, I got kind of tired of the location I was in after like 4 days. 3 days is the perfect amount to go where I go. But I ended up being there
home,
5.
Right?
Yeah, back.
Indiana?
Yep.
Old Indiana.
Home,
Sweet home, Indiana.
But I got some sweet gifts. I gave some sweet gifts. My brother, I would have to say, gave the best gift to me. It's honestly like, I don't know, how long is that? Like 4 foot? A picture of Darth Vader wielding his saber. And it's one of those like hologram pictures.
Oh,
so
cool.
When you move, the lightsaber ignites and then deignites.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's like what really inspired me to do what I did today. I finally bought Vader's
saber.
saber.
I wondered why you picked Vader's. It was
that
random.
really made my mind up. I'm like, you know what? When I get back home, I'm buying Vader's saber.
I'm going to talk about Christmas too, but you just reminded me something. We need to do a shout out to the people we hung out with today.
Hell yeah. That was awesome. So one of the many good things to come out of Twitter, as opposed to the many bad things. That's why I'm not on Twitter anymore, the bad things. But the good things is I met these 2 amazing people at Trader Sam's a year and a half ago. Before I lived down here, I was just on a visit. They were just on a visit. And their names are Santina and Kim. I met them on Twitter.
Lovely
So
couple.
They're an amazing couple. I love them so much.
We had fun.
Today was their
You
first
pulled today
trip.
out of your ass.
I don't know how I did it. I'm so happy I did for them. They had the best day, and it's not all because of what we did for them, but like we helped them have a great day, and like that's.
Oh yeah, no. It was just you got lucky.
Yeah, and that's a lot of it, just a crapshoot. So this was their first visit back since Mickey and Minnie's opened and since Galaxy's Edge opened, and they hadn't ever done anything in Toy Story Land. They came,
really?
But it was too busy, so they didn't do Toy Story Land.
People forget how busy Toy Story Land was when it opened.
Because Slinky's always, well, and even to this day, Slinky's always 80 minutes.
It's a great roller coaster, though.
But I pulled out a reservation for Oga's yesterday for today at 2:45. I don't know how I got it. I grabbed 4 slots, so we all 4 went in, and it was their first trip to Oga's ever, and we got to show them the ways of the Fuzzy Tauntaun.
We did.
And you guys Fuzzy Tauntaunted me, that's how we put it,
Tauntaunted.
because I currently cannot drink, and you guys all got my favorite drink. I saw 6 Fuzzy Tauntauns in front of me, and I couldn't touch them.
Couldn't do it. Oh, 5.
5?
Yeah, her first
felt
round.
like
Her
6.
first round was
felt like 7, 8 out of 8. I was so bummed.
Jedi Mind Trick, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
And then they got the Bespin Fizz. I got the Carbon Freeze. Only my 3rd non-alcoholic drink at Oga's ever. It's good, but I'd rather have Fuzzy Tauntaun.
The problem with me with an alcoholic drink, it's like I'm paying $8 for juice.
Exactly.
Or Powerade.
Exactly.
It's like I don't
or
need
like
this.
Sprite. It's like meh.
But I'm fresh off Rise of the Resistance, and I have some updates for you.
Oh really? Everything was good today, right?
Nope.
No. So Santina and Kim experienced it today. But
they got even more lucky because it wasn't
really?
the cannon. None of the cannons were moving.
None of them. Okay, they didn't mention that because they said
They
cannons
said they were all moving, right?
And they said that was their favorite scene. So okay, that's odd.
Yeah,
it was working in the morning, but by the time you went back in the evening,
I don't think it went down today though, did it?
No. So maybe that's what they did. They just said, "Screw it, we're gonna leave the cannons off and just."
I kind of think it's okay if there's one effect in the ride that can be, ignored or like taken out. I think that's probably the one. Because everything else you need, like every other effect.
If you don't know it's there, you're not going to miss it.
Yeah, because you still see him firing and,
Yeah, sound effects and light effects.
The one I think that is the worst time on Rise I ever had, that's, still a good thing.
Right.
But was the time when the Kylo Ren didn't walk towards you. And it happened a few times where he just like falls down and then the lightsaber turns on awkwardly before his hand actually touches the hilt.
I've seen that happen, but I've never seen him not walk. So
You've never seen him not walk? He literally just stands there and it's awkward.
It's not menacing. It's just
like lightsaber turns on. It's like.
Does it still like bob up and down the lightsaber arm?
No.
Okay. Well, at least it doesn't.
There.
That would be weird if it was just like shaking.
I would
his
love
saber
to see how that effect works. Like I know how it works.
I saw a picture,
but I would love
Vincent.
to see.
He was on Twitter like 5 months ago when I was on Twitter.
Vincent
Vision.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw it
Vincent.
from him.
Da.
So, yeah.
Huh.
But I've never seen it in person.
Rest in peace, Vincent Vision.
Why? I don't. What? Did I miss something?
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how it all panned out for him. It's just the same kind of crap that happens on Twitter. People are being ugly and try to get people fired from their jobs.
That's why Twitter's the worst.
If you're a cast member at Disney or Universal, don't be on Twitter. It's not worth it. You're gonna say something, and anyway, let's just move on. Christmas was great.
Any good Star Wars gifts?
So me and Holly didn't do much for Christmas for each other this year, just because this year's been shit. And I had the kids, so I wanted to make sure they had a good Christmas.
Nice.
So I, of course, had to, since she's a girl, I had to, go above and beyond for Christmas. And I got the only thing I wanted, she got me, and I completely forgot about it, was the Art of the Mandalorian book.
Oh, nice. Wasn't that shirt you just showed me too? Or
no, I think that was technically part of Christmas, but she gave it to me like a week before. Holly is the worst person to give gifts. She just cannot keep a secret.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "Do you like this?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's really cool." Okay, good, because I got it for you for Christmas. And I'm like,
well, at least, I mean, as much as I love her, Taylor bought my gifts literally in front of me. So
Hollywood does just like Merry Christmas. I'm like, that's not a Christmas gift. Yeah. A Christmas gift is something you don't know happens.
She gave me some good stuff, but I saw her buy it all.
But I got practical stuff.
It to me.
I got practical stuff. It was like,
yeah,
I got her like a vacuum and a necklace, and
nice.
A vacuum sounds lame, but it was like one of those robot vacuums.
No, it sounds like it sucks.
No, it was cool. We needed a new vacuum.
We're gonna ignore that terrible joke. Just move on.
Oh, I got it. I just now got it. That's how stupid I am.
Yep. No, that's how stupid it was. It's fine.
But yeah, it was good. Then we went to, so the day after Christmas, we went up to Charleston, and boy, I got some stories from North Carolina. Holy crap! So we get up to Charleston, and Holly used to live there with her sister and brother-in-law. They lived in Charleston for a while when she was going to school there. She went to the College of Charleston, and so she had places she wanted to go and hit up. And one of the places we went to eat was a place called Grace and Grit, and we went there for brunch, and I am telling you, I'm a foodie. It was the best food I have ever had.
What kind of food was it?
It was like Southern. So it was like we did brunch. So it's all kind of like, imagine Homecoming, but 10 times better.
Okay.
And Homecoming's delicious.
Good. Yeah. Okay. What'd you get? Just like a burger? Or
no. So I got for breakfast. I got the chicken biscuit, and it was a chicken biscuit covered in gravy, and it sounds so simple, but it was, the chicken was perfect. I called my mom and I said, "I'm so sorry."
Was it breaded or grilled or
It was fried. Yeah,
fried. Okay, nice.
And it was I called my mom and I was like, "I'm sorry," and she's like, "What?" I was like, "I hate to do this."
Right.
And she's like, "What?" I said, "I had better chicken than you make."
Uh-oh.
And she was like, "Are you?" She's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And I was like, "No, I'm serious." I was like, "Mom, this place is unreal." And then it shut down 2 days later because of COVID scares. They reopened, but
was it as good as Tip Yip? That's the question,
dude. I'm not kidding you. It was the best meal I've ever had.
Wow.
And then
awesome.
they had good cocktails too. I got a breakfast cocktail that had a piece of candied bacon in it, which I'm not usually a fan of, but it was
I would be concerned with that. But that's what I'm concerned about. I'm going to try at Everglades the maple bacon donut or whatever.
Ugh, I don't
think it's going to be go well, but I'm going to try it.
No, I'm not a big. I love bacon. I'm not let's add bacon to ice cream. Let's add bacon.
No.
No, I'm not
That's
a big fan.
That's why the donut's my limit, and I don't think I'm going to like it, but I'll try it.
It was so that was good. So then we did another day of stuff. We walked around downtown. Charleston is a freaking awesome city.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Have you ever been?
I've never been there. I've been to.
Oh man.
What's it called? Greensboro. I've been to their college and
How dare you even compare Charleston to Greensboro?
Greensboro is a cute little town, but it's nothing I'd be let's go back.
No, I would go spend a week in Charleston and just go to restaurants and chill.
It was cool to go once, but I would not go to Greensboro.
The thing I love about it is they do not give a flying crap about anything but preserving history in that city.
Nice.
All the historical buildings are there. If you move in as a business, let's say you're a Starbucks. I said this in my YouTube video, but let's just, for example, say you're a Starbucks, you're moving in. You have to move into their specifications to the code of the city. The historical society has to okay you moving in. They have to okay your presence. They have to okay your out front sign. It can't be too crazy.
I like that.
It's amazing. You can't alter
I like that a lot.
anything to the building. It's great.
Yeah.
They had a place where you could go in and see people hand rolling cigars at a cigar shop.
You're into
Bought
that.
two of those. They were They were some of the best cigars I've ever had. They were great. Nice. You walk in and these two guys were in there, and they like one dude was like the owner, and the other guy was like rolling cigars, and he's just sitting there on the desk rolling cigars, like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, and you can literally go like, "Can I have two of those?" And he just put them together,
You're
and
like,
boom,
what
here you go.
decade am I in?
It's wild.
Like, yeah,
I mean, it was like it felt like Charleston kind of. I've never been to New York City, but it's like the vibe I get from New York City of like different like small little shops and like just weird stuff. Great coffee. It was just amazing. Like I had such a good time in Charleston. It's haunted as hell. Apparently, I don't believe any of that, but we went and saw some like old jail from like the 1800s.
I mean,
it was cool.
Those are
cool
creepy
stuff.
vibes, but like that's I'd rather
The
see
houses
that for the
there
history.
Are insane. Like if you buy a house in
I bet
Charleston,
there's
like
so many old houses, like old houses.
They're weird because like they're it's kind of like New York City and New Orleans had a baby. It's kind of how Charleston is.
Well, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like
because it's wild. There's like
depending on its location.
There's good food. There's good nightlife. So it's kind of a mixture of the two. It's smaller. It's not like quite as big as. It's definitely not quite. It's not as big as New York City. It's kind of a smaller city. But like downtown, you can buy like these houses, and they're like $15, $25, $30 million houses, and they're all oriented differently. So like you see the front of a house normally, it's kind of like it's done in like a rectangle.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you took that house that you look at from the front and you just turned it around that way. That's how all the houses are oriented. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. But how I was like, what you're not seeing is like these massive yards they have in between them, but they're instead of being like this way, they're
just
this
tilted
way,
differently.
stacked differently.
Yeah.
It's wild. And the houses are insane.
It's probably better for space. They probably get more land.
I think you probably do. It's really cool. I don't want to live there. I wouldn't live in Charleston if I had a choice, but I would definitely go back and like go on vacation there. It's really fun. So then we went to the mountains and we didn't rent. Holly's sister and brother-in-law rented a house up in the cabins of Boone, North Carolina, and that was wild. I've been to the mountains before. I'd never stayed in the North Carolina mountains before, but people up there, man, are just different.
Yeah.
I mean,
you came back looking full mountain man. So
well, that's because I forgot a razor.
It's wild. I feel like I just gave you my beard and then you added on your beard. So like
it's copied and pasted and then just added.
Yeah. I mean, this is a audio podcast, but visually you wouldn't even. I'm a new host. You guys wouldn't even recognize.
I swear to God,
so.
if I post a picture of me and Evan, you'd be like, "Who the hell is this 14-year-old?
Who's this new kid you got?
You look 12.
That's what everyone's told me.
You look 12. Like you A, do not look like yourself at all.
No, I
and
don't,
B, you look 7.
I look a lot like my grandpa. It's weird.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's growing on me. The look. It's just because it's just so dramatic.
It's
just a big change.
Yeah. Same with me. I'm slowly getting used to it.
Are you gonna keep it, or what are you gonna do?
I just won't let my beard go as big as it did. It wasn't big by any means, but I'm gonna keep it tighter because I don't want to go like beard where it's like
go
annoying.
Full Duck Dynasty?
No, definitely not.
So here's how wild it is. We did a bunch of stuff there. There's like a bunch of places. The only place I had needed to go when I was in North Carolina was I had to go. Well, because my favorite restaurant it's in Concord. We weren't there. We were like 3.5 hours or 2 hours away from there. Daniel Boone Inn, which look it up, Google it. Daniel Boone Inn, DANL, like Daniel Boone Inn. It's like think of like if Liberty Tree Tavern was good.
Jeez.
Same kind of motif, but like not Disney.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I like Liberty Tree Tavern, but just like better quality food.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an all you can eat. Kind of like all you can eat homecoming kind
What
of.
was your favorite like joke food name that you gave at Liberty Tree in your
The
video?
Antifa salad.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was my favorite.
Very funny jokes, but they were hilarious.
Well, should we talk about what happened yesterday?
I feel like I don't have enough knowledge on it to talk about it, and also like just people want to escape from that. I wouldn't.
Okay.
If you have anything like
I
actually
do, but
knowledgeable to say,
it's better
you
to
can.
just shut up and
but
just.
I don't have any like wisdom to say on it.
I just want to say what those people did was horrible and wrong, and
Obviously.
I condemn it 100%. And
That's
you should
all I
all be
can
put to
say.
death.
I can say I don't agree with any of it because that's really all I know and all I can say. So that's it.
It was just
I escaped today to Batu because that's what Disney's for, just to get away from crazy crap.
So, well, the funniest thing is we called a gem mining place, and it was the day after New Year's. This was the fun. This shows you how different culture is there in the mountains. Holly called and she was like, "Hey, are you guys going to be open tomorrow on New Year's Day?" And the woman goes, "I don't know. We're really tired." That was a
That's it?
legitimate answer
That's
she
the-
got
wow.
from calling a business.
That's awesome. I love that.
She goes, "Oh, we're really
Just
tired."
that huge sigh.
She's like,
and,
"What?"
I don't know. We're tired.
Everyone up there seemed like you inconvenienced them. Like when I went to like a drive-through at one of my favorite restaurants, Cookout up there, and it was just like you were like they were like, "Yeah, what?" It's like, "Hey, whoa, you're working. You're here. I didn't show up at your house.
You're at work. You're doing your job.
I didn't show up at your house.
I
man."
understand. I get that way when I'm at work too. So I understand.
No, but okay, I get that if it's like 5 minutes before you close.
Oh yeah.
This is 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You've been open for an hour and a half.
Okay, no, I'm not like
Like,
that then.
get
I'm
it
like
together.
that at the end of the night. I admit it. I don't like it. I don't want to be, but just I am. So yeah, I get that. But not in the
You're
middle
not
of the day.
rude.
No, I'm never rude, but definitely not in the middle of the day. Been open for a couple hours. No.
It was wild.
Yeah.
But we're really tired. I was like,
I don't know. We're
What?
tired.
What do you have? What? And Holly's like, okay. Well, are you gonna be open? And she's like, yeah, I guess.
What
It's like,
time are you gonna be open? Oh,
Holly's
I don't
like,
know.
Okay, I guess. All right. I
We'll
guess
see you
I
there,
guess
like-
we'll see you tomorrow. Leave the key under the mat if you don't show up.
Right.
That was wild. But I had a good Christmas.
Now, in true me gift giving fashion, I have a gift for you, but it's late.
It'll be
So
here, and I'll see it in fucking.
It's not
April.
It's not 5 or 6 months down the line this time.
I have something
promise.
for you too, but I forget what it is and where I put it.
So it's coming too. We'll both have
No.
gifts.
I have.
eventually, so-
I have something for
Well, yeah,
you.
once you get it, once you find it. But I have something. It just
What
isn't
was it?
here. I don't know.
I feel like it's in here, and I put it out here on purpose. That's why I'm looking at the.
I don't know.
I don't know where it is. I have it for you.
All
though.
of this looks, except for this, your Dejeric table is
Oh
the
yeah,
only thing
I want
new.
to play it with you. I don't know
I've
how
never
to play
played
it. I haven't
Dejeric,
either. It's very
so
complicated. It
It
seems.
looks awesome though.
It looks cool. I dig it.
It's a cool centerpiece.
All right, so now that we're all caught up, what are we talking about?
There's a lot to talk about.
I'm gonna let you run the show. I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy my cream soda and my cigar,
Well,
and I'll give opinions and thoughts on whatever you want to talk about. Evan, the floor is yours. I'm gonna climb over that wall and into the Capitol building and let you say what you have to say.
Yikes. All right.
I love that they're finding these people already.
Yeah, they should.
Makes me happy.
They should.
Going to jail.
We'll savor like full in depth talk for like Mando season 2 when we do our rewatch.
Yeah, well,
But-
because I had intended to do that on the way up there, and I just didn't get
Yeah.
around to it.
So I got home and my brother and I had seen all of season 2, but my mom and dad had not, and Dad still hasn't seen season 1. So we had to be like, all right, Dad, there's this guy kind of like Boba Fett, but he's not Boba Fett, and he's protecting this Jedi that's not a Jedi, and he's a little baby that looks like Yoda. That's all you need to know. He's like, all right, cool. You know my dad. He doesn't really
Did he
care.
like it?
He likes it, but he
Did you watch the whole
doesn't
thing?
really care. So yeah, I ended up watching all of season 2.
Did you have
except-
any? Well, I know we said we'd get more in depth, and we will. But did you have
We
any
will.
like anything that stood out from you after rewatching everything? Did you watch it
Well,
like back to back to back, or like
we
two
watched.
episodes?
So we skipped
Frog
Frog
Lady?
Ladies chapter 10, the passenger.
Why?
The spider episode. Because like we were kind of limited on time, and our Wi-Fi sucks. So it's like we don't want to spend an hour trying to get through the loading of this episode.
It takes that it loads.
It's bad. Our Wi-Fi is terrible at home. That's
Why?
another reason why I don't like being at home. Because that's just how my family is. Like we didn't get smartphones till like 2015.
That
Like,
is wild.
we're like Amish, man. Like seriously, Amish.
Your dad is a fucking scientist.
I don't know about a scientist.
He's like an engineer, isn't he?
And he's a tech teacher.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how?
Tech teacher.
How is that?
I don't know. It's shop. It's
That
not really
makes no
tech.
sense.
It's shop. Like we're not like
But he's
technologically
into like.
advanced.
But he's into like technology. He's into that kind
he
of
knows
stuff.
how things work. Like he's good with like building and electricity and like electrician stuff and plumbing. Like he's good at that stuff. But it's like not. He's not technologically inclined.
Gotcha. Okay.
You give him a laptop and he like, what do I do with this? How do I open it? But
You can
then
build a robot.
yeah, literally, he's done first robotics. Like so, yeah. So we skipped
Ow,
the
shit.
passenger due to that, and we also skipped Bill Burr's episode, The Believer, which I wanted to rewatch it, but you don't really need it for the story, sadly. So I was like, really, all you're missing this episode? It's a good episode. I still love it,
They
but
find a ship.
yeah, for my family's sake or my mom and dad's sake, I was like, they just find out where the bad guy is. That's all you need to know. So that was it. But I actually am
Well,
shocked.
especially if you haven't watched this first season, you wouldn't know who Mayfield is.
Yeah, you wouldn't even care. Who's this bald guy with a Boston accent? Like, why do I care?
He's from Space Boston.
Space Boston.
Bostonia.
Bostonia. Is it next to, what's our Getaween?
Getaween.
Is it like
no,
the planet next
Getaween
door?
is it's an inner...
Inner
what's it?
core? A core
Core
world?
planet. Core planet? Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
got to be a city.
Yeah, it's got to be. So what would Bostonia be? Is it like a snow planet?
It'd be like just outside
Yeah.
the core planets.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But I'm shocked how much my dad actually like picks up and recognizes. But then some things he doesn't. Like, but when Slave One showed up in the tragedy, he's like, "Is that Boba Fett's ship?" And I was like shocked. I'm like, "Wait, what? Like, how do you know what Boba Fett's ship is?" But then you're asking me, "Is that thing actually Baby Yoda?" I'm like, I don't understand. But
I don't get how people don't. I guess it's because they just are casual fans. They probably don't even know that there's a difference between the First Order stormtroopers and the Imperial stormtroopers. But that's a dead giveaway of the time period.
yeah. So I don't think he understands the timeline.
I forgot to mention on the show. I got my Star Wars Celebration 2020 Anaheim that didn't happen Funko Pop.
It's a sick Funko Pop.
It's
I don't
really
like
cool.
Funkos, but I actually do dig that little pop.
It's cool.
It is cool.
It's pretty dope. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, but like
I'm excited
he
about it.
recognized that. And I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure in Chapter 16, The Rescue, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, when the X-Wing shows up, I think he was like, "Is that Luke's X-Wing?" And then, like, sure enough, obviously it was Luke Skywalker. So I think he, like, picked up on that. So I'm like, I don't know how he picks up on things like that, but then doesn't know who Boba Fett is versus who the Mando is. Like, so I don't know. I don't know how his brain works when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I get people like that. You're just like, how you figured that out, but you didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I have people
mom
like
knows
that.
most of it better than he does. But yeah, I was shocked with my dad and his reactions. What else did I really pick up on? Like, it's not really too deep, but I was like trying to look through. I took a few notes over each episode that we watched, so I'll just go through them here and see what you think. Like, so in Chapter 9, The Marshal, we get Cobb Vanth versus the Sand People, and Din ends up uniting these two bitter enemies. And I think overall that's like hinting at what's to come with Mandalore in Season 3, where he's going to bring together a bunch of people against like a common enemy.
I could see that.
Because it's like, if it's kind of like foreshadowing. If Din's bringing together the people from, what's the name of that city? Mos Pelgo?
Mos Pelga.
Yeah, bringing together the people of them with
Mos
the Sand People.
Pelgo.
I think it's
Pelgo.
Pelgo.
Pelgo, you're right.
Or maybe it's Pelga.
I think it's Pelgo. I think you're right.
And it's also similar to like what Bo-Katan says, like to Fett and Casca Reeves when they're fighting in the tavern. That's in 16, The Rescue, when she's like, if we had fought half that hard or whatever against the Empire, we'd still have our planet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Boba Fett and Casca Reeves hate each other in that moment, but she's like, if we would have just been together, we could have taken back Mandalore. So that could be what we come to see in Season 3, because that's another thing. Like, what are we going to see in Season 3? Grogu's gone. So, like, what's the point?
I think this is the only prediction I have for Season 3. I think there's going to be a significant time gap of about 5 years. The reason I say
cool
that
with
is because there's the Mandalorian novel coming out.
True.
And I don't know if that's a novelization of like a combined like if it's the series up to this point.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense. I don't know why you would do that,
No.
especially when there's more coming.
But I mean, they've done that with movies. So it's like, if you can do it with movies, why not do a novelization for the TV show?
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. I mean, I honestly just am ignorant to if it's a novelization or not.
No one knows. We don't know yet.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe that information was out.
No.
Okay. I would assume it's probably a novelization of the first 2 seasons, but who knows? But I think there's going to be about a 5-year jump. And I think you're really going to start seeing him fighting against the First Order. And I don't think Moff Gideon's done.
I hope not, because I really like what they did with him.
I think that he's going to come back in Season 3, and I think you're going to see Grogu with Luke because he's part of the show.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
he's a main character, whether he's with Mando or not.
Yeah.
And I would actually like to. I'm getting chills thinking about this idea. I'd like to see maybe in Season 4, him like reach out to Din and be like, "Things are getting weird with Luke's nephew. Please get me out of here."
Yeah, if there's a big enough time gap, like you're saying, I would love to see that.
That'd be
make
cool.
perfect sense.
What
if we saw your boy Ty
I would so
from the
be down for
comics?
that.
We get Ty and Vo, and I always forget Hennix. Yeah, I think it's Hennix. Ty and Vo and Hennix. Okay, I'm gonna say that. I should have said it off the top of the show. That just like re-triggered me. I'm sick and tired of people saying that Kylo kills Grogu.
Yeah, that's not.
I
Well,
know
we don't know.
We do know. He doesn't kill anybody at the actual temple. He does end up killing 2 students.
Which we don't know who those 2
No,
students
we
are.
do. It's Vo and Hennix.
Oh, afterwards. Yeah. You're
so
right.
he kills 2 of the students, but it's
he's
not even
the
at
one
the
that
temple.
causes the massacre at the temple.
It's 99% hinted at that it's the Knights of Ren. But Kylo wasn't even with the Knights of Ren. He was technically still Ben Solo at that point.
I don't think it's hinted. I mean, don't they kind of come out and say that?
They basically do. They're like, let's go find something to burn. And then the next page is the temple being burnt. So it's like, it's probably the Knights of Ren.
Yeah,
And
he's
Ben
not
Solo
there,
is
so he
still
can't
Ben
be
Solo
him.
at that point, and he doesn't even know the Knights of Ren at that point. He knows of them, but he doesn't like know them.
I started reading that before we left, and then I just
I'm going off on it. I'm triggered on it, but yeah.
I keep seeing that, and it's just like that's
I know.
no.
If you want to, that's the easiest way to make me mad. It seriously is. I don't get mad often. That's
Well,
the
I've
easiest
just
way
said that
to
like
make me
this
mad.
this probably doesn't end well for Grogu.
I agree with that,
Like-
but it doesn't mean Ben Solo stabs him with a
Yeah.
lightsaber. No, it's not what it means. Not what it means at all. So
I mean, it could also be something where Luke goes like, I can't teach him. He's stubborn.
yeah, or that, or maybe. Do you think Grogu's gonna tell Luke about Ahsoka? Be like, hey, there's this other Jedi out here you should go find.
I think as Star Wars fans, we need Ahsoka and Luke to meet,
Yeah,
so
it'd
they
be
can
cool.
talk about his dad.
Right,
I
and
mean,
that
that
would
moment would be
that would lead into Last Jedi perfectly. It would lead more into him saying, "I'm done. I can't do this." Like, yeah, because like Luke doesn't know a whole lot about his dad because Obi-Wan lied to him.
Yeah.
Yoda basically mostly lied to him. So it's like he doesn't have hardly anything on his dad. His
both
dad
Jedi's
died
that
before he
people
could
had
talk
no
to them.
problem with going into hiding,
Right? They both went into hiding,
but Luke can't do it.
exile.
Can't do it. And Luke lost more than either one of them. Well, I don't know about lost more, but
I feel like Obi-Wan lost
emotionally,
a lot. Yeah.
he lost his nephew. He lost his temple. He lost
Yeah.
restarting the Jedi.
Yeah.
He lost a lot.
He kind of lost his sister a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he eventually did really lose his sister
Yeah.
when she passed after he passed.
He's passed already.
So, yeah.
I need to rewatch Rise of Skywalker. It's been. I need to rewatch the sequels
I
again.
haven't watched Rise for about a month. I need to watch it again. I probably will this weekend.
Anyway,
So then we skipped the passenger, chapter 10. And then we picked up chapter 11, the heiress. Heiress? I always say that word wrong. Who cares? Heiress. And I feel like this just is more foreshadowing and more hinting. Like, the Mandalorians are stronger together than they are apart. And even the Armorer said it in season 1. She's like, our enemies want us to be divided. We're better when we're together. And she's a part of a cult that the Mandalorians don't even like. So, like, they've been exiled from other Mandalorians. That cult, that one sect of Mandalorians. But even if they're saying we're stronger together, I feel like it's just more foreshadowing and more hinting towards Din bringing everybody together
yeah.
to kick out the Empire. Or First Order, whatever they are when we see them next.
I hope we get to see some build up of this
Yeah.
into the First Order.
And, I mean, they even say it. I think it's Bo that says it. She says, don't believe everything you hear. Like, the Empire's pushing the fact that Mandalore's gone, that it's a wasteland. So, like, they're pushing the fact that it's gone to keep all the sects of Mandalorians out.
How would you feel about Snoke being the main bad guy in season 3?
I think I would like it.
Finding out that he's like a thing now.
Yeah,
and-
especially how big, like, you're talking like a, 10-year time jump? 5?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already saw what is most likely a Snoke in that jar. So if we just...
Dude, I am... Again, until they say it's not, to me, that's Snoke.
Yeah, I agree.
It's got the music. It looks like him.
Yeah.
It's got the scarring on the head.
And that's what, like, Dr. Pershing is doing, basically, with that
And
Force-sensitive
we know
midichlorian
we
blood
know he's a clone.
from Camino. Well, we know Pershing is from Camino.
But we know Snoke is a clone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, add
Yeah.
that into the fact that they put the music from him in there.
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah. Like you have said, and I agreed before, like, we don't need to see him burst out of that tube dripping with goop.
That's like some
and-
Mewtwo from the Pokemon movie shit.
Yeah,
I don't,
definitely. That's
I don't,
Mewtwo.
I don't need
Yeah,
to
we
see
don't need that.
I
No,
don't
no.
need to see
But
that.
if we just jump 5 years and Snoke's the main bad guy, I'd love that. I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Because then you just give like Dr. Pershing
Yeah.
helped create me. In a
Well, Pershing's still alive too. They just have.
and that would explain why Snoke is force sensitive. He's a clone because you could get the force blood of the child.
Yeah, they put Grogu's midichlorian sensitive blood into these clone bodies. And maybe that's another reason why it's deteriorating so fast, because, like, that's not
It's
healthy.
unnatural.
It's unnatural. It's dark side Sith magic.
Unnatural.
Sith science.
Do it.
So, yeah, I would love that.
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be a cool way to, because I don't think Snoke needs to be redeemed, because I think that
No.
he
No.
served the same purpose as the Emperor served in the original trilogy.
Yeah, not all villains should or do
Or
get
need
redeemed.
it. Or not all characters need to be
No.
the focus. Like I think one of the best things about the use of the characters in The Rise of Skywalker was that not everybody was the main character.
Yeah.
Because then it gets crowded.
Yeah.
Like I think they did a good job of going, we're focusing on the trio, Poe,
Ray like
Finn,
we
Rey,
should. Poe like we should.
and Ben.
Yeah, Ben like we should.
And then, like, of course, there's, what those individuals are doing.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of dropped the ball a little bit with Finn, but...
A little bit, but I don't think it's as bad as even John Boyega makes it out to be.
No.
Because he still became a general in the Resistance. He's like basically the second most important person in the whole Resistance.
Yeah.
After Leia passes. It's basically Poe then Finn.
Poe and him, yeah.
So that's still a pretty big deal. But
no, it's racist.
so I would love to see some Snoke action like that. That'd be
cool.
perfect. But I really think after saying all this foreshadowing, it could not be foreshadowing, but I think it is towards a Mandalorian retake of Mandalore. It'd be awesome to see that planet in live action.
Yeah,
and
it would be.
Dave Filoni is just, in a good way, he just leans on so much Mandalorian stuff in all of his projects. But it's in a good way because it's something that, especially before Season 1 and Season 2, we didn't know anything really about Mandalore, except for a little bit in Clone Wars and a little bit in Rebels. But the more we get, the better it gets, and just the more historical it kind of gets and gives like a real world feel to Star Wars, I think. Like, it just has like a real historical sense to it. Because it's one of those things that's like we hear...
It's world building.
It's, perfect world building. Yeah. I mean, that's what I think Season 2 is leaning more towards. They're going to seat a new Mandalore. And I think it's going to be between Bo and Din. And who knows how they're going to accomplish that, how they're going to choose between the two of them.
Do you want it to focus... Would you like to see Grogu with Luke training? Or
on the side, yeah.
Or are you okay to like... Because they can't just drop this. They can't just drop the kid. I mean, he's the main character. He's the second most. He is the only character that Disney cares about merchandise with right now. If you walk into the Galaxy's Edge store at Keystone at Hollywood Studios,
I did, which is now half Marvel for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw that today, and I was like,
it's been like that for a while. It's been like that for a while.
I haven't noticed till today. I was like, what the?
You walk in to the right. There's like a few Galaxy's Edge things, and then it just goes Grogu.
Yep, there's like a whole
and the whole side of the store is Grogu. Yeah, and it's just like there's other characters.
It's not even Mandalorian. It's Grogu.
No, it's just Grogu.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a few Mandalorian.
There's
things,
like one box set that has like IG-11 and
those little figures.
Yeah,
I love those.
And
those
it has
cool.
a Grief Karga and like just in that one little box set. But that's basically it.
There was that Mandalorian cool action figure that like talked and had the light up flamethrower. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's cool.
But everything else is Grogu spirit jersey, Grogu ears, Grogu bag, Grogu pin, Grogu. But
God, all right, we get it. There's other characters. Jesus.
Yeah.
And I love the child. I have a bunch of child stuff, but it's like at a certain point, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
We know. We got
how many versions of Grogu can you put out? You have like the plush one with like the rubber head, then you have the animatronic one, then you have the animatronic one that like rolls around.
Then you have the remote controlled animatronic
Yeah, it's like how many versions of the same toy?
Then you have the shoulder plush. Then you have the one that's the same exact size as the shoulder plush without the magnet in it. Then you have the one that's from Galaxy's Edge.
Yep, then you have the Black Series. Then you have so many.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of wild how...
I love Grogu, but it's like, can we just tone it back?
Doesn't, but...
Just tone it back a little bit. This is what Disney does.
I was going to say, it's amazing to see how we were in Season 1 with no merchandise for Grogu.
Nothing.
And now it's everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
But this is what Disney does, man. They're like, oh, you like this character? Well, shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
They do this with everything.
Sadly, it's what they did with Stitch when he TP'd the castle.
And that's what they're bringing him back now because they're doing that Stitch monthly thing.
I don't get it. I've never liked Stitch. I really don't get it.
They're going to re-toilet paper the castle for the 50th.
They better not.
They will.
That'll be...
I'm telling you right now, leaked information. It's happening.
It's not happening.
No, it's not happening. I hope not.
It'll be gold toilet paper. So then after we watched Chapter 11, we jumped to Chapter 12, The Siege, which it's still my number 2. It's my second favorite still. I loved it. That's the one we're talking about with the Snoke in the tube. I love that episode. I think Grief did not Grief, the character Grief, but the actor did a great job directing and acting.
He's good.
Why am I forgetting his name right now? Apollo Creed.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Carl Weathers. Carl did an amazing job.
My brain is fried. I've been up since 6:30 this morning, and I didn't go to sleep.
That episode just
burnt out.
Doesn't stop. It just from the minute
fantastic.
You open up, it goes and goes, and there's so much good like backstory and just like random bits and pieces of information that aren't necessary but are cool, like the protocol droid talking about like the Kessel Run and the Maelstrom and all that cool stuff.
Just little details that are cool.
Yeah, and then you get the IG-11 statue in the background.
I think we're diving a little too deep into this. Let's
right. But yeah, that's so
because I want to do this, and I don't want to rehash everything later when we do this.
So that still holds up to me. That's my second favorite, behind Chapter 16, The Rescue. So then we jump to Chapter 13, The Jedi. I'd say that's my third favorite.
Does your dad like Ahsoka?
He was like,
she's a woman. He's not okay with it.
No, that's what I thought because I didn't think he was gonna remember her. I thought he was gonna be like, oh, another strong woman. Like, do we need this? But he actually remembered her. He was like, wasn't she in some like TV show or didn't I take you to see that movie when you were a little kid with her in it? And I was like, yeah, it's Ahsoka. He's like, yeah, I remember seeing her like 10 years ago. And I was like, yeah, from like 2000.
Your dad's not sexist, by the way. We need to clarify. Your dad's not a bad person.
He's not a bad person.
Your dad's not a bad person.
He's a little sexist.
You think so?
Yeah, a little bit.
Didn't seem that way to me.
No.
You know him.
Yeah.
Way better than me.
That's where I got it from. It's fine.
You are not
That's
sexist,
also where I get
fucking
my
dork.
sarcasm from. My smart aleckness
Your
is
dad.
from him.
I actually do like your dad. Your dad's cool.
Somebody has to. No, I love him. I love him.
You're a dick.
It's just, yeah. So that's still my third favorite. It's great, and I still love Rosario. I think the more I watch it and watch her, the more I'm like, yeah, she's Ahsoka. She did a good job. I'm excited for her.
First time I felt like there was something off.
Me too. But then the
And
second
I don't know
and
what
third
it
time
was.
I've seen
I think
it.
it was just because you're just so used to seeing that character
Yeah.
in cartoon form.
Yeah.
That seeing her in live action was kind of jarring.
Yeah. It's just her subtle movements, like her arm.
It was jarring.
Din jarring. Wow.
Sorry.
So the more you watch it, the more you fall in love with it. And I'm excited for her own TV series. That's going to
Yeah,
be cool.
it's gonna be dope.
So then we jump to the
That
tragedy.
they gotta put Luke in there where she runs into Luke Skywalker.
They have to meet. Grogu has to be like,
Like
hey,
a-
there's this other Jedi you should go find.
Like I'm Luke Luke Skywalker, and
she'll be
she's
like,
just
oh.
you see her like have like a flashback,
Yeah.
and like, was your father
Well, 'cause-
Anakin Skywalker?
Because she knows that Anakin and Padme are like a thing.
Yeah.
She knows. So like she would connect the
But
dots.
as a fan, how amazing would that moment be?
That'd be awesome.
That moment where they have a conversation
so who,
about it. Like,
who would you have direct this episode, this moment?
it's got to be Dave Filoni.
Filoni?
It's got to be Filoni.
Yeah.
That dude understands Star Wars. Whether
And
you
that would
like what
tie
he does or
in
not.
the Clone Wars and Ahsoka and Mando and Luke. That would tie everything,
Everything.
in.
Mhm.
It'd be great for Filoni to have that moment. Yeah.
And I don't like everything Filoni does.
No.
I like his storytelling, but like
Yeah.
I don't like everything. I love Last Jedi. I don't love everything about the movie. There's
No.
things I would
And
like.
that's
What are you
what's
doing?
awesome about Star Wars.
Yeah, you
is
can-
there's so
you can
much
pick and
crap
choose what you
that
like.
Some of it is crap, but
Yeah.
some of it you can love.
But I think he understands Star Wars.
We don't even love everything about Galaxy's Edge. And we
No.
love Galaxy's Edge.
There's things I would change about Galaxy's Edge for
Do you
sure.
want to drop the little piece of information we found out today about Ogas?
Oh,
Or do you want to save that? Do you have
this was your thing. You go right ahead and drop this. This is
Dang. I
this
won't
is
say
wild.
who told us this info.
No,
but
don't-
no, I
don't-
would never. So we won't say who said it, but we were at Oga's today having a great old time. And it just makes sense. Like, Docs has an animatronic Doc, and Hondo has an animatronic Hondo in the Falcon. Like, there's animatronics in all the shops and little places. Even, like, the creature stall has an animatronic. So it's not in the concept art. We all thought that old lady-looking person was going to be Oga, but it's not because she's not a Blutopian. That's the species that Oga is.
Did I dream this? But wasn't there an Art of Galaxy's Edge book coming out?
Yeah. No, you didn't dream that. Yeah.
Is it coming out? Is it out yet?
I haven't seen it. That'll
You
be.
keep talking. I'm gonna look
I
on
don't buy
Amazon.
many books, and I need to, and I want
That's
to.
one I'm
but that's
getting,
one I will buy.
100%.
I need to buy more, but
Oh, 100%.
so we were in the cantina. Like, had one of the best. Sadly, it wasn't a seat, but it's the best place that is a standing seat, whatever. It's right in front of DJ Rex. So we're just having a good time there with our tauntauns, and we're talking. And Oga comes over the loudspeakers, and we're just like, we're like, how cool would it be for DJ Rex to like interact with Oga? And that's when someone told us, they're like, there was supposed to be an animatronic Oga back behind the bar, like that would kind of poke her head out from like behind a wall and just yell at people every now and then. And we were just like,
Damn, it's $50.
ooh, worth it, but ooh.
It comes out on
Hardback?
April
Hardcover?
20. Yeah, it's like the Art of books.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait and see. Number one, new in spa travel guides. What the hell?
I don't know what that is.
Spa, like a spa?
Yeah.
Spa. This is
Yeah.
under a category. Number one in new releases of spa travel guides under Amazon.
Interesting
What?
category, but what?
You can pre-order it for $50. And now I would tell people anybody who is gonna get this book, if you pre-order it and the price goes down, they refund you the price because you pre-ordered it.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
And they don't charge you until it's like 2 days before,
Sweet.
I think. Sorry, go ahead. But yeah, April 27th for this.
But that's when we just found out that there's supposed to be an animatronic Oga, and that just like we were like, don't tell us that. Like, we love Ogas, but
And
now
you
like
showed us the place where it was like,
yeah, it's like it's supposed to be right back there, and we're like,
and you're
huh.
like, oh, that actually makes a lot
yeah,
of
well,
sense.
that would be awesome. That makes sense.
And the reason that they have the whole sound effect of Oga talking to you is because she was supposed to be there, and it was going to be like think about Doc Ondar where he's just kind of chilling, and then when that sound effect goes off,
He gets a call every now and then. That,
she would like
that
peek
pisses
around
him
and be
off.
like, "What?"
Yeah. And well, now, not every time you do a droid or a lightsaber, but I was activating my new Darth Vader saber today, and the bartenders were yelling at us. But every now and then, Oga will yell at you. And like out of universe, they just push a button that makes her yell. But that was one of the things that was supposed to be. They're going to push that button. Instead of just hearing her voice, she would be there, and she'd be yelling at you. So like, we're like, oh, don't tell us that. Like, that makes us...
And this person was like, yeah, the storage room that we use
is there. Like, the infrastructure
and
is
he
there.
also told us that the building for the restaurant
Is there.
and they use it as a break room.
Yeah. So it's all there. The infrastructure is there. It's just teasing us even more with what could have been. We still love Galaxy's Edge. It's still my favorite place ever, but it could have been even better. That's what really kind of is annoying. It's amazing, but it could have been even better.
Yeah. So could Pandora if it was Camp Mini Mickey.
Yeah, trees aren't a theme.
Trees not a theme.
That's your thing. I've stolen it, but it's your thing.
Trees aren't a theme.
No.
They're not. I'm sorry, they're not.
No, neither are bushes.
And like, I don't know. When the queue is better than the attraction.
Yeah. I'll never get the love for Flight of Passage.
I got almost violent. Not really, but like, it made me so mad the other day. I was walking through Galaxy's Edge, and someone was walking behind me, and they were like, "Yeah, Rise was okay, but I really like Flight of Passage." I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot."
That's another way to trigger me.
You're
if
an
you
idiot.
Say Kylo kills Grogu or Passage is better than Rise.
I get people have opinions and stuff, but like, you're objectively wrong on this.
From just a technical standpoint,
I mean,
Rise
like,
is better.
come on.
Yeah. There's only two attractions that you can almost argue. Haunted Mansion is one. Disneyland's Haunted Mansion.
Like, as far as immersion goes, there's the only other thing that's even close. Is the Hagrid coaster, which is new. But pre that, it would be Forbidden Journey.
Forbidden Journey.
That's the only thing that's even like remotely close to Rise of the Resistance.
Hagrid's doesn't for me though, because you can see a big ass show building that has trees painted on the side, and you can see a track in front of you. There's no track in the movie.
It's a roller coaster, and
if you want to go for immersion, you don't do a roller coaster.
Well, if that's not, you can say the same thing for Rise. You can see the tire tracks on the concrete below you when you're looking down.
But there would be tire tracks.
It is a track
thing riding on it. There would be tire marks
from every time the Resistance comes on board.
The droid transport is driving around.
It's semantics. It's what it is.
It is, but an actual car would leave little marks on the ground.
Yeah, but
a flying motorcycle wouldn't have tracks.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. You can't paint out tracks.
No, it's an amazing roller coaster, but it's not an immersive roller coaster.
I would agree with you that it's not quite as good, but the queue for that is immersive. The whole thing leading up to it, and the experience itself is great.
Yeah,
it's thrilling. But the Forbidden Journey is.
Yeah,
there's parts about Forbidden Journey that might even be better than Rise.
Some, honestly, I
agree. The level of creating a new. I mean, they created a new ride system.
Yeah,
I mean that's insane.
Yeah, Rise.
And remember, people, if you're new to the podcast, hi, I'm not a Harry Potter fan whatsoever.
Neither am I. I can name like 3 Harry Potter characters, and one of them is Harry Potter.
I still think Rise has it. Just the emotional connection I have to it. I'm going to be biased to it. But like, I just don't see how you could be more entertained by Flight of Passage. I just don't.
I don't.
That's like saying that to me, it's like you would rather watch a walkthrough on YouTube than be at the parks yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
It's a movie. It's a really good movie. It's
cool.
It's a movie.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But it's not better than. I mean, like, I get that this is a Star Wars podcast, but I'm pretty unbiased.
Yeah. And we decided ourselves, like, I like Avatar as a movie better than all the Harry Potter movies, but Hagrid's and Forbidden Journey are better than Flight of Passage. They're both better. And I don't even like Harry Potter.
Gringotts is better than Flight of Passage.
I would agree with that, too. And Gringotts, to me, is not even that great.
Gringotts is boring and dull. And Flight of Passage is like, once you've done it once, it's like, okay, cool. I guess, I mean... Yeah. None of it makes sense. Well, to be fair, the story of Rise of the Resistance makes absolutely no sense. You go into a room, they go, Batu's not safe. We got to get you off. And then the second...
Back to Batu.
They're like, we're going back. It's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
I said that today to the guy who was doing it, and he goes, we're going to get you guys safely back to Batu. I was like, wait, I thought Batu was not safe. And
what did he say?
He's like, I just kind of walked away. He shrugged and walked back. And I was like, all right, well, no one understands this thing.
I mean... Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too long, even though we do and could talk about Rise forever. But yeah, like the story of it honestly isn't that great. But the immersion and the technological achievements and all that is amazing. But yeah, the story
makes no sense. I mean, it's like it's no longer safe. We're gonna get you off. I guess the only thing that would be like, I wish they were going like at the end of it when Becca's there, he's like, now try to blend in so they don't know you're part of the Resistance or something like that, to where it was like. Yeah. Keep an eye out for like something that would like tell you to keep an eye out for the first word and like kind of stay away from them just in case.
Yeah,
so they don't know who you are.
Finn is like, you're Resistance now. I have that authority, right?
I think I have that authority.
But that's it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the story's not great, but that's okay. The ride is great.
Oh my God, it's 11 o'clock already. How long have we been doing this?
I don't know. That's we'll jump through this and then we got to cover the giant announcement. We got to cover the giant 11 projects technically.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
So then we watch a tragedy. I love it. I think Rodriguez did a great job. Some of it is like obviously Rodriguez and it stands out.
Cartoonish and comic booky Sin City vibes.
Yeah, and the first scenes to me kind of drag out, and finally we get some great Moff Gideon in it. Boba's finally badass. I like his new theme music too. His theme song is pretty good now. I like it.
I don't think I noticed it, but I do. Remind me to say something about the music for the Luke scene when you're done.
Okay. So then we skipped.
When we get to that,
we skipped chapter 15, The Believer, the Bill Burr episode. Although, like we've said before, Bill Burr is amazing in that episode. I think that kind of gets us ready for season 3 because this is the first episode, the only episode with no Grogu. So it's like, will the show hold up without Grogu? And it did.
It does.
It worked without him for one episode. So I still agree with you. Grogu will be in it sporadically, but
it would just be cool to keep
him
him posted on his training and like see where he's at and like
send him little hollows.
Young Ben show up at the academy would be really cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool things they could do with that.
Do we get Alden Ehrenreich dropping Ben off?
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
Ooh. Well, that would make sense because Han Solo at that point doesn't look like Alden Ehrenreich.
Depends how close it is to Return of the Jedi. Well, you're right.
No, we were talking about 15 years afterwards.
They'd have to mess with him digitally or something.
But
they could do it. I'd be okay with it.
I have a theory about what they're doing right now with the Mandalorian time frame. Mm-hmm. I think they're trying to do what they did with the prequels, where it was like these movies kind of, for a lot of people, whether I agree with them or not, which I don't, that the sequels kind of fell flat for them. I think they're going in and they're going to try to fix a lot of that. And I use quotes when I say fix because I don't think anything's broken. But what do I know? I'm just a diehard Star Wars fan. What do I know?
It's like how Clone Wars made the prequels better a little bit.
Yeah,
they're doing that with
Mandalorian, and they're trying to fill some stuff in to make it a little bit more sense for people who didn't get it.
We love.
I honestly think people just don't understand that characters change. I really feel like that's just like the majority of the problem.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense to me because they've been watching Marvel for the past 22 movies, and those characters change. Freaking Captain America goes from being like the perfect poster child to being like, this is not a cool system. I'm gonna go rogue and like kill people, and like he changed. His character changed. No one cared. Like Iron Man changed. No one cared.
Like Obi-Wan changed and went into hiding.
Yeah.
It's kind of the thing you do in Star Wars is you're this Jedi and then something bad happens and you go into hiding. It's a trope.
Whether it's your fault or not, you feel like it's your fault. You feel like you could have stopped it.
And then you redeem yourself.
And then
Obi-Wan did it.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan was the Vader distracted them long enough so they could escape.
Yeah.
Then helped them blow up the Death Star.
Yeah.
Yoda trained him in hiding, and he didn't really sacrifice himself, but he taught Luke and then dipped out.
Yeah.
What happens? I mean, it's what happens. I don't get it. I just do not understand to this day. Like,
no.
And there's some writer came out and was like talking shit this week about The Last Jedi. And I'm like, Rian Johnson is a genius level director. What are you talking about? What are you people seeing? I wish I could see what someone sees when they don't like it. Because every time we talk to somebody, you can talk them out of them not liking it. And that doesn't mean that you don't like it.
And we saw.
Why does it always come to this on this show?
We saw Last Jedi shirts today on Batu, and you're like, "Oh, look, Last Jedi shirt." Oh,
made me happy.
And I was like, "Oh, those people must hate that movie."
Such one time I got into a fight with a guy at Harry Potter, not a physical fight, but like about Last Jedi
with
at Harry Potter,
like a magical fight
at Harry Potter. I was ordering fish and chips, and he's like, "Oh, I hate that movie. Last Jedi sucks. It's the worst Star Wars movie ever." I was like, "What didn't you like about it?" And he's like, "I don't know. It was just like, oh, it just wasn't great." And I was like, "Okay, but what wasn't great?" And he's like, "Well, the Canto Bight stuff." I was like, "Yeah, that's terrible. I agree with you. What else?"
And
he's like, "I don't know. I don't know. Luke wasn't really Luke." And I was like, "Luke went through a journey of 25 years that you didn't see on camera, and then
how were you 20 years ago? Were you different than you are today?"
It's just so fucking dumb. All right, I'm not going to talk about Last Shot anymore. It's
all good. We always do. But
always. It's just because it's for me, man. It's just like to sit here and act like that's the worst Star Wars movie is just insane.
Yeah.
Like the first three prequels the first two movies are not good almost at all.
And we both love The Phantom Menace. So like
but it's not a great movie. Like
no.
If you watch what would you rather watch? Phantom Menace or Last Jedi? Jedi. Come on. Like
part of that is I'm biased because I still love Kylo, who's my favorite. But like it's a more entertaining movie.
It's well done. The writing is impeccable.
Yeah.
There's some flaws in it, but there's flaws in everything. There's bad stuff in the original trilogy that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. One of these days we're gonna have an episode called "Getting It Off My Chest." And I'm just gonna go
I won't
through.
even talk. It'll just be like you with a microphone.
Just me yelling like, about it. It's just like because it's just not bad. It's not as bad as everyone's pretending it is. And I don't know why the narrative was to hate. But they did this with the prequels, and everyone's excited Anakin's coming back, and it's just like
Hayden Christensen's coming back.
People didn't like Empire Strikes Back when Empire Strikes Back came out.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's just and now it's like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're gonna start seeing in the next 5 years the entire conversation about these sequels change. This is going to be kids' new Star Wars, and they're going to defend it the way these people now defend the prequels.
Like
and people who like the prequels, you're wrong. Those movies are bad movies. They are bad. The acting is bad. The writing is bad. The tone of the whole thing is bad. The tone of The Last Jedi fits perfectly in what was set up in the sequels and from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree with me, you are wrong. It's not an opinion thing. You don't understand Star Wars.
Yeah.
And you're wrong. And I hate to say it. It's not an opinion thing. You could not like the movie. I'm totally fine with that. But to sit here and pretend that it's the worst thing ever and that Rian Johnson is an idiot and that the movie's bad from beginning to end is just insane. That is so asinine. And there are things in that movie that are not good. But it's not the most of the movie.
But there are things in it that are great.
There are things in every Star Wars movie that are brilliant and amazing, except Attack of the Clones. And then there's things that are terrible. Whole movie, Attack of the Clones.
You don't like sand?
I literally, dude, cannot think of.
Line.
I literally cannot think of one thing that I like in that movie, Attack of the Clones. I really can't.
Anything with Obi-Wan, but that's it.
But what does it mean? He doesn't have any. There's not anything good in that movie. I mean, he gets his ass beat by getting like a cut on his leg.
Well, yeah. But before that, him and Dooku are cool. I like the him and Dooku conversation, but that's like 5 minutes, literally. Not even. It's like 2 minutes.
It's not. I bet you it's not even that long.
You're right. Yeah, it's probably not. But yeah, like I like that, but it's not long.
Anyway, let's talk about this new stuff.
Well,
the seismic charges. I'm just
the
so
seismic
sick.
charges,
so
which are brought back in the tragedy. We get to see. Was it?
Dude,
No,
that was
not
one of my
tragedy.
favorite moments of the whole season when
That
he
was
was
in
like,
the
"I can do the
Believer.
seismic
That was in the
charge."
Believer. It's like seismic charge.
It was so fun.
That was great. So then we finally got to the rescue, the finale, chapter 16. I mean, that was Peyton Reed, right? Like, he did such a good job with like a despair feeling.
Did he do one of the earlier episodes in the season too?
Frog Lady Spider episode.
That's right.
Because he's Ant-Man, so he did the bug episode. But he did such a good job with like despair and dread and like making you feel like suspenseful. It was like it still gave me that feeling. Even though I've seen it like 5 times, I was still like tensed up when the like dark troopers were punching down that wall. And my dad recognized Luke's X-wing somehow. And
That's awesome.
He got a little excited when it was Luke. Like he doesn't like to show it a lot, but I could tell. He's like, "Hey, it's Luke Skywalker."
My dad cried.
Mine didn't. I still did. I've cried all 5 times. Like it still gets me. It's
I'll never forget that moment of being like, they actually did this. They did Luke.
Yeah. It did it well.
Wild.
And what kills me is too like people complaining about it. Like yeah, it's not perfect, but like that's what Star Wars
complaining about this.
Mainly the fact like just like the whole like Peter Cushing and Rogue One, like the Uncanny Valley animation face.
Oh my God, guys!
But also like
it's the limitations of the time,
and that's what Star Wars is supposed to do.
What do you have? What? Come on!
Star Wars is supposed to take technology and push it forward.
Yeah.
So if
they can't push it forward without having some swings,
without
and some
taking
misses.
a little risk like that, like if they just did it lazy and didn't show his face, or just
no.
it was Sebastian Stan or something.
Then you could say it's not Luke.
Yeah.
It doesn't say I'm Luke Skywalker, does he?
No. I mean,
you have to know it's him, and that is the only way to know for a fact that was him was to put his face on there and have Mark Hamill do the voice.
Yeah, and it's just another pushing the technology forward. They did a little bit in Rogue One with Leia and Tarkin.
I didn't think I thought the Leia looked weirder than the Tarkin.
Me too. I love the Tarkin.
I don't love it, but I feel like it was better.
I didn't even like think about it until after the movie, and I was like reading about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess it was CGI and not real. I was like, that's a good lookalike or something.
For something like that, from Tarkin, you could just say Tarkin.
Yeah.
But for Luke, with it being Luke, like you have, it's almost one of those like, you make no mistake, it's Luke Skywalker kind of thing.
Yeah, but like that episode still gets me emotionally. It gets my heart going and goosebumps and all that good stuff. And the more I look at it, the more I look at the dialogue and everything, I think it wasn't Gideon's plan, obviously, because that's just stupid. The whole plan to like get caught but not killed, like that never makes sense to me. But I think it was like his backup plan. He's like, he knows the whole history with Bo-Katan and the Darksaber. So he's like, hey, if I fail, my backup plan is I'm going to make Din and Bo-Katan hate each other here because they both want the Darksaber.
I don't think he thought of it that far ahead, honestly.
I think he knows everything. He said, assume I know everything. So
that's true.
I think his backup plan is
true.
to make them turn against each other. And like he's going to kind of sneak out that way. But because I think he recognized Bo's voice because she's the one that's on the Lambda shuttle comms talking to his cruiser. When she's like, we're under attack. We need to park in the docking bay. We're under attack. I think he recognized her voice, and that like tipped him off to kind of set this plan in motion. And that, like I'm saying, I think it's his backup plan, but I really think it was intentional to once he realized he was going to lose to like set this backup plan in motion. Because somehow he has history with Bo. He took the Darksaber from Bo, so he knows her somehow. So that's just what I think the more I watch it and the more I kind of pay attention to his dialogue. But it also could just be me wanting to make him legitimate because I still love him. He's still probably my favorite character in Mando, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. So it could just be that.
I like
my
the
bias.
I like the Mandalorian. I think he's
You like
just
Din?
dope. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Din is dope. So that just not quick, I guess, but that's my just look back at season 2 with the fam.
Did you have the same issue we did with season 1 where you thought it was a little slow?
Actually, mostly no. It's wild. Mostly no. But that's mostly because I skipped the one episode that is slow.
Sorry, I had to find my cutter for the cigar. That's good. That's good to know because I haven't watched it back to back yet like I want to.
I think we watched it in 3 nights. So we did like 3 episodes one night, 3 or 4 the next, and then like
That's
3
smart.
or 4
Break it up a
the
little
next
bit.
night. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to do our rewatch together and commentary and like actual notes. And
Always
that
fun.
Kind of stuff.
We need to bring. You know what I'd like to whose opinion I'd like to get on that? Kevin.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what he thinks.
I mean, I'd just love to see him.
He
again.
loves Grogu.
Really?
He bought the little Grogu RC car, little RC thing.
Yeah, the little robot that drives around. That's funny. I'd love to see him with that.
He did a good YouTube video on it.
I just love to see him in general. I haven't seen him in like literally a
I
year.
haven't seen him in a year.
Yeah, I think
Last time you saw him, that was the last one.
Wow, right in front of Rise, talking about episode 9.
Uh huh.
He hadn't seen it yet, and we asked his predictions, and he was like, actually,
He was pretty right.
He was like spot on. It was kind of scary, and we tried to tell him that without telling him that. We are like, oh wow, nice. That's an interesting
some
prediction.
solid predictions.
Yeah,
you know,
huh,
I think
well
he
done. And inside, we're like, holy.
I was
how
like,
did
I think I
like,
told him, I was like, I think if you want that, I think you'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, you basically said that. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
When did we get that giant drop? I guess it was before break, but like we didn't have a lot of time to talk about it because we were still talking about Mando season 2.
Yeah,
we were trying to.
Yeah. It was right before the last episode, I think.
Yeah, literally the same week. It was
Yeah.
like 3 days before. So Disney had their investors meeting, and they dropped not just Star Wars. But
We're so late on this, by the way.
yeah,
But
everyone else in the world's talked about it, but that's okay. But it's funny because we had the first episode to talk about Chapter 16, the rescue. Like our podcast was
our
out.
podcast
like
was the first
3
one.
hours after the episode came out. So
I think
yeah,
it was that long.
well, I mean, they drop it at what, like 4 a.m. We dropped our episode
true.
at like 11 a.m. But still, it was the first episode to talk about that. So I guess it's fair that we're the last one to talk about the investor meeting. So they dropped a ton of stuff, not just Star Wars, but we're going to cover Star Wars because Star Wars podcast. That's what we do. And I've just got a list of them here. Sadly, it's not my notes that I had that were huge and kind of in depth. I can't find them. I'll bring them for the next episode. I don't know if we'll use them. But
I'm sure you can jog your memory, remember what you wrote down. This cigar smells fantastic, by the way.
actually does.
Doesn't it? You want to give it you want to try?
Nah, it's okay. All right. Not in any order specifically. This is on StarWars.com. They're just article about the drop. The first thing they mention is the next Star Wars feature film, Rogue Squadron.
This is the thing I'm hands down the most excited
It's
about.
one of the last things I'm excited for.
Why?
I don't know. Because A, I don't really know a whole lot about it, but B,
That's what. Okay.
this is
okay.
going to make me sound sexist. I'm not, but Patty Jenkins.
She's very talented, but you have to remember.
The first, well, both Wonder Womans are not
Here's
good.
the thing, though. She's working with DC, and she's working with a man. They can't make a good movie to save their life.
No, both
she
Wonder
is
Womans are
beyond talented.
Okay.
And I think
They
Lucasfilm's a
just
good
stifle
spot
her
for her.
talent. or
100%.
something? Okay.
I mean, the only reason that they even let the dude from Joker, I forget the Phil. Ah, shit. It's a different.
I haven't
Todd
seen
Phillips.
Joker either.
Todd
so-
Phillips.
Okay.
The only reason they let him even do that movie the way he wanted to do is because it was so cheap to produce.
True.
And they're like, it's not a big deal. We'll make our money back. Who cares?
Yeah.
But the Wonder Woman's like, they're basically doing DC MCU films for that.
Yeah.
And so they have a
well,
tighter
trying to.
control on it. They're trying to, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're going to have more creative control, especially right now when that's such a new thing. Now they kind of have a plan, and Kevin Feige
Mhm.
picks who he wants to do.
Oh yeah. Them do.
MCU does.
Yeah.
They have no idea what the hell what's going on over there. But I'm telling
No.
you, Patty Jenkins is very, very talented.
Okay, and she's obviously passionate about this.
100%.
So like, I can't take that away. She's
No.
obviously passionate.
Her dad
about
was a
this.
fighter pilot.
Yeah.
This is going to be, and I think they've come out and said this is not a retelling of the video
Well,
game, which
I mean,
is
I
good.
can just read a little bit from the article. I don't want to word for word read it. But,
Read it word for word. That's fine.
I mean, they say the next Star Wars feature film will be Rogue Squadron, directed by Patty Jenkins. The story will introduce a new generation of starfighter pilots as they earn their wings and risk their lives in a boundary-pushing high-speed thrill ride and move the saga into the future era of the galaxy. So that's post-Rise to you?
I don't know.
Is that what that
Sounds
means?
like it.
It sounds like it's post-Rise, but
Good.
the logo was a T-65, right?
Well, I mean, they could be using those.
They can
that
change the logo. Like,
that could be what. Well, that could just be what they use for practice. I mean, who knows?
yeah, also
who,
true.
Who knows?
Yeah, because I mean, it's supposed to be like she wants it to be the best fighter pilot movie ever made. Like that's what she's like booking.
She
it as
is.
and billing it
I'm
as.
telling you, man. The fact that she could pull Wonder Woman off at all.
Yeah.
Is I mean that those DC comics outside of Batman are so hokey. Like it's hard for them to. I mean, there hasn't been any good DC movies that weren't Batman.
Yeah. Not DC Universe, because really the whatever they call this expanded
Joker
universe
is Batman.
was not good.
So I mean, like, it's still the same character. Other than Batman characters, they can't figure it out for whatever reason.
That's true.
So I'm telling you, that's this one is like I think there's something special here.
Could
and
be.
I think that they're
I
using the
hope it
name
is.
Rogue Squadron as like a nostalgia thing, but I don't really think you can call a movie with a fighter pilot team anything other than Rogue Squadron.
No, I mean like
You could do Alphabet Squadron and stuff like that,
or,
but like
Black
that's
Squadron,
corny. That's
or, like,
that's a terrible name.
yeah.
Alphabet Squadron sounds lame.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't read the book.
I hope I'm
I've
wrong.
tried.
I hope I'm wrong, and most likely it'll be good. But I'm obviously
telling
gonna see
you, man,
it.
this one I think is gonna be really special.
Nice.
I really do, and I think that anytime that Disney is vague with stuff, that's where you get the best thing. Remember
that's
when?
true.
Remember when they were doing all the stuff for Galaxy's Edge, right? Like you get to fly the Falcon, and then there's this other ride.
Yeah, and this other right. That's right. We didn't. Know
They
anything
always
about
keep
Rise.
they kind of keep their but things that suck are out in your face 24/7. Mulan was in your face 24/7
just to try to hype it and make it
because
good.
they know it sucks.
But
they're
they
just trying to
know
get, they're trying to
things
get
that
money.
don't need hype. They don't
have to hype.
Yeah.
And so that's why they kept. I mean, like remember, dude, leading up to Galaxy's Edge, there was no talk about Rise of the Resistance.
No.
I kept being on the podcast. They're like, I don't care about them. This other one is way more. Why is no one paying attention to this other ride?
Yeah.
And I think that's
Just
what they're
because
doing
it's
here.
not open yet. Like, come on.
And they're going to announce the person who's doing the writing of it. So she's not writing it; she's just directing it.
Okay.
In a separate announcement soon. I think like sometime this week we're going to get the announcement.
Nice.
So I think
Can't wait for that. The more we know,
First
in terms
female
of
person-
production, the better.
first female to direct a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And I think there's no one better. I truly feel this way, other than Deborah Chow.
Yeah.
Um,
Bryce Dallas Howard.
movie.
I know. I was saying though. What would you feel? How would you feel about her?
If she was directing this,
Yeah.
Not
Not this.
interested.
Just a movie.
not interested.
No. She's
No.
50-50 right now on Mando. One was good. One was bad.
That's not enough.
Okay. I agree, but I just wanted to see your opinion.
If they give her like a direct like a show, if Bryce has how I will give everyone a fair shot.
Yeah.
But her episode was so out of it's like she didn't understand what was the character or
Yeah.
it was just so awful.
But
what
her
they set
season
up.
2 one was good.
Fantastic.
It was fine. Yeah. It was.
I don't know, man. I mean, of course, I'd
Yeah.
give her a shot. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I gonna do? Not watch something Star Wars? Of course
But
I'll give it a shot.
you're more excited for Patty. Like Patty is your first choice.
If you told me you have to pick I hate to be like this way, but you have to pick a woman director for a Star Wars movie. 100% I'm picking Patty Jenkins.
Nice. I don't know anything like outside of Wonder
She's
Woman.
just talented,
but I
man.
agree.
I mean,
she's obviously
she's
passionate,
very
so-
talented. So I'm excited about it, man. I think it's gonna be really cool. I think
Yeah.
she's more than capable to tell the story. I think this is gonna be really. I think this is gonna be something really special. I really do. I think this is gonna be the kickoff of a new. I think it's gonna be like The Mandalorian, where they don't see this thing being as big as it is. I think it's gonna blow people away.
True.
I really do.
Yeah, which will probably help because if they don't have like $1 billion goal and they don't make that goal, then it's a quote unquote failure. Like Solo was a quote failure.
Solo was a failure. Made no money. Because they had
It made money.
the production budget. No, it did not.
Well,
It
they
lost
basically
money.
had to make.
They
the
had to
movie
move it twice.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
It's
I
an
forgot
inflated
about that.
production budget. It made no
Yeah.
money.
That's true.
And
But
that's why Make Solo 2 happens not going to
just because something doesn't make $1 billion doesn't make it a failure. But in a way, that's how they look at it now. But
which is so stupid.
yeah,
Because up until this point, nothing was making $1 billion. That means everything else you did up until this point is a failure. Like, come on.
yeah. So then it wasn't announced here because we already knew it, but we got a little more info on it. One of the things I'm the most excited for is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes. This is my
And
number 2.
The logo is sick because the eye in
okay,
Kenobi.
okay, hang on.
I
This
forget
is my number
rankings.
1.
This is okay.
This is my number 1. The movie wise,
Well,
I'm
that's
excited
the only
about.
movie announced.
They didn't talk about the Ryan Johnson thing at all,
No.
and that I think it's done.
They've kind of hinted at a Taika movie.
but they
that's
haven't
all we know.
canceled it either.
No, we haven't heard
I
any
don't
info
know.
on Ryan Johnson, but we have heard.
He's still saying he's working on it.
Yeah.
Like he tweeted a few weeks ago. He's like, yeah, we're still going.
So who knows? I hope.
I guess
to
they've already announced
God,
this. They don't need to announce it because these are all new things, right? So
Well, Obi-Wan wasn't new. We knew about it already.
yeah, but that's like something we know is going into like they're filming now in Boston or some shit.
Yeah. Bostonia.
Isn't that hilarious?
So, but the eye in Kenobi and the logo is Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Like, that's pretty sick.
We're gonna see how that lightsaber gets built 100%.
Oh, we have to. We definitely have to.
You're gonna see that.
So they give us a little more info on this. They say it begins 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So it's like a little past the halfway point in that time gap between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So, and like Ewan McGregor is like the perfect age for this. He's basically that exact age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's perfect. And they gave us the little nugget that Hayden Christensen is coming back, which confuses me a little bit because it's like, is he just gonna be in the suit and have a helmet on? Like, so what's the point? I'm excited for it. This is in my top 2.
Because you get to redeem Hayden Christensen.
I guess. I agree. I'm okay with it. I'm excited. It's still, I can't remember my rankings, so it's at least my top 2 or 3.
How long have I been saying that the story is gonna be this story?
Oh yeah, from basically the jump. And Kathleen Kennedy just said it's going to be the rematch of the century, is what she said, between Vader and Obi-Wan.
I don't want him to go full Mustafar again.
I don't think they will. I think it's going to be a perfect balance of.
I want it to be emotional. I
don't want it to be jumpy, flippy.
I want him to grieve his friend.
Yeah. I think it'll be closer to the Ahsoka Vader fight than it is Mustafar fight.
That's what I want.
And I think it will be. That's what I want too. So I'm just excited for that. Because
I
Deborah
wouldn't
Chow.
be upset if you get that exact moment.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. Because we need to find out how Obi-Wan... Well, we don't need to, but I need to find out how Obi-Wan knows Anakin's still alive and he's Vader.
That's what you're going to find.
Yeah.
Did they say how many episodes? This is 6 episodes, right?
I think they just said limited series. I'm not saying anything.
Limited. I know it's 1 season.
Yes.
But is it 6? I think let's...
StarWars.com has
the shorter
no
she
number
keep
on
this,
it.
the shorter she keeps this, the better you're going to be.
The better.
Give me 6.
That's basically
like 4
3
hours.
movies? 2 movies?
If it's 40 minutes each episode,
Yeah.
6, it's about a movie.
Yeah.
No. What is 6?
I'm not doing
so
math.
Stupid.
Don't ask me to do math.
45 would be an hour and a half, so you're looking at like 5 hours. So yeah.
Yeah, like two and a half movies. And we know they're using the volume a little bit because Ewan has talked about the volume. He did his like costume test with the volume. So that's very intriguing. It's going to be cool. Like, because they've already done Tatooine in the volume multiple times.
I hope we see Krennic.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see Krennic. Maybe Tarkin. I almost feel like you have to see Tarkin because him and Vader at this point in their lives,
They're at odds.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that. That'd be very cool.
I think you're gonna see Krennic for sure.
I would love that.
I think you're gonna see a lot of his castle on Mustafar.
Give me that too.
You're
I want
gonna
more of
see-
that castle.
You might see how he gets that.
What if you see the Eye of Webbish Bog on Mustafar? We were supposed to see that in episode 9.
What
but
is
they cut
that?
It was kind of dumb from what I gather, but if they make it not dumb, it'd be cool to see. It's like some forest mystical creature that lives on Mustafar that Kylo was supposed to go talk to, but it didn't. Thankfully, they cut
That was
it.
a thing in 9?
Yeah.
That would have sucked.
Yeah. So, but what if they make it not suck and we see it in this? I just want to see Mustafar. I agree. In the castle. That'd be cool.
See me the castle. Show me how. Let me see him putting down the down payment.
Putting
So if I sign here, I get the keys today. That's what I want to see. I want to see him talking to a real estate broker on Mustafar.
I mean, they could tie
It's
it
cozy.
in.
There's like a breakfast nook.
And in the basement, there's this really creepy helmet that's connected to Darth Momin.
Are there other people in the neighborhood that would drive my property value down?
The Mustafarians. You might end up fighting them, which he does in the comics and the video games. They could tie it into that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Get like Vader Immortal in there.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I'm down for it.
But yeah, that's my top 2 or 3 easily. I cannot wait for that. And then we
That's
got
my number 1. Because it's
Yeah.
coming quicker, but like that's a story I want to see.
yeah, like it's funny because in recent past episodes, we've been like they're really just driving Vader to the ground. We're tired of what they're doing to Vader. Like we get it, okay, but like this is the Vader we want to see.
Had they not done all those things, we wouldn't feel that way right now. We'd be like,
True.
"Oh shit,
True.
Vader's coming."
But I think this will be the Vader we want to see, as
Are
opposed to
your eyes burning? Is there too much smoke in here?
no. But I think
No.
you're just too close to it.
Okay.
You're embracing your inner
I feel
Mustafar.
like I'm getting pepper sprayed.
And Ewan's excited to be back, so that's what's good. They're all excited to be there. Hayden's
Has Hayden
actually
said anything
excited.
about it? Like publicly?
Yeah. They got the quote right here on StarWars.com. Hayden says, "It was such an incredible journey playing Anakin Skywalker. Of course, Anakin and Obi-Wan weren't on the greatest of terms when we last saw them. It will be interesting to
That's
see."
an understatement. You had your legs chopped
Right,
off.
and arm.
And he left you for
And burned
dead.
her crisp. It will be interesting to see what amazing director like Deborah Chow has in store for us all. I'm excited to work with Ewan again. It feels good to be back. So he's excited. Ewan's excited. Deborah
It would
Chow's
be cool if he
excited.
was like, "This is where the fun begins." That'd
Oh,
have
he
been
should have
awesome.
said it. And then he should be like, I'll try spinning my lightsaber. That's a
Yeah,
good trick.
That's a good trick.
Hopefully there's no sand.
I think him coming back is awesome, and I think they actually kind of need to keep him being hokey,
A little bit.
just to fit in.
For some continuity.
Yeah.
And some levity. You're going to need some levity.
The more you think about him being that way and whiny, it's Luke on Tatooine.
Yeah.
It's also Ben. It's like a Skywalker trait to be a whiny little shit.
You take that back about Ben.
But I want to go in. No, I'm saying,
Ben is not
sir, I will
whiny.
look you in the eyes and I will tell you I can't see you because my eyes are fogged up.
Good.
But I'm telling you,
You'd see a look of disappointment.
I see a 14-year-old.
Ben or me?
You.
That's okay. I'll take it. So we have Ahsoka, the drop of Ahsoka, which was like kind of implied
Honestly,
already, but Ahsoka.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Do not care.
But this is like one of their hinging on their like MCU style Star Wars.
I'm sure it'll be fun. Don't care. I felt
What
the
if
same way.
what if that's where we get the Luke and Grogu? What
I'm
if it's
cool
an
with that.
Ahsoka and
I'm
not
cool with
Mando?
that. It has the potential to be cool, but like if it's just on the surface, I get an Ahsoka show. I don't care. I don't care. I feel the same about this. And as much as I loved Ahsoka and I got caught up and I like the character, I love the character.
Yeah, same.
Does she need her own show? No.
She had
Does
Clone
Diego
Wars.
Luna
Clone
need
Wars
to be?
were her own show, basically.
Does Cassian Andor need to have a show?
It
no.
doesn't, but I'm excited
It's
for
the
that
same
one.
thing for me. I don't care.
And
I'm sure I will when it gets closer, but
Yeah.
I go like, okay, cool. I know what this is going to be.
all we know is Rosario Dawson's obviously Ahsoka, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau are involved, and that's it. That's all we know. But I'm a little concerned with the logo because it looks very World Between Worlds. So
Yep, that's
scares
exactly what
me.
I thought.
I'm like, that is scary, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
That was my exact thought.
Yeah, I mean, the positive thinking side of me is like, oh, it looks
At
like,
least she already knows what the World Between Worlds is. So
yeah,
I'm telling you, if they do a time travel thing, I might be
no,
out.
yeah, I don't want that. We don't want time travel. Nobody does. So let's hope not. The positive thinking side of me was like,
Marvel
oh,
did it. Okay, this isn't Marvel.
and I didn't like it in Marvel.
Yep.
So, but at first I'm like, oh, it looks more like Cal Kestis, like meditation spots. That was like the positive brain of me. But then the more negative side was like, oh, but it looks like World Between Worlds. So
You already know what it is. Like a SoundCloud
I
rapper
hope
says,
not.
you already know who it is.
I hope not. And then we get Rangers of the New Republic. Oh, no, sorry. No, it is. Yeah. Let me try that again. Rangers of the New Republic. It's set within the timeline of The Mandalorian, and it's going to be connected to Mando and also Ahsoka.
This is one that people are saying is the Cara Dune show. Do we know that for sure?
No, but she's got to be in it. She has to be, I feel like.
I think
But
this is going to be like.
all we know is what's within the timeline of Mando.
See, I think this is going to be the
Filoni, and
X-Wing
Favreau
class
are
and stuff that
involved.
you saw. I think it's going to be more of that.
Carson and Trapper.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Because Dave Filoni hates acting and being in the show. And I
Then
forget.
why did he put himself on the show?
He didn't. Favreau did.
You can say no.
Well, you can. Like, he doesn't hate it, but he doesn't want to be in front of the camera. He doesn't want to act. He wants to be behind it. But all we know is Favreau and Filoni are involved, and it's going to culminate in a climactic story event.
They are involved?
So, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm in.
Executive producers Favreau and Filoni.
Interesting. Okay.
So, it'd be cool if it was Trapper and Carson.
John Favreau and Dave Filoni the control
They basically have. It's all but official. So it's
Give
fine.
it to them. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I was
obviously.
skeptical with season 1. After season 2, they know what they're
Yeah.
doing. They got this. Give it to them.
Yeah.
Let Kathleen Kennedy be a figurehead and be the numbers person and
Yeah.
give them creative control.
She's close to retirement, so
Give them creative control.
yeah. So this falls about in the middle for me of like excitement. I'm like, yeah, okay. But I'm not like, I don't care. It's in the
I'm
middle.
very curious about this one. 'cause
I'm curious,
I
but
think,
it's in the middle.
I think if we don't get a lot of the stuff with the First Order and Mandalorian, you're probably going to get it here.
Oh, definitely.
So
Definitely.
that's
Especially
I'm
if
in.
it's Carson and Trapper, because Carson was talking to Kara about how these events aren't isolated. There's something going on out here in the Outer Rim. The people in the core worlds don't believe it. Like, yeah,
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of that. I think that's
yeah,
yeah.
boy. Now we
Wild
got
bet.
we got something that we don't know a whole lot about, and it kind of worries me a little bit. Is we got Lando, which is it?
The logo made it look like it was an animated show.
Yeah, but we don't know if it is. They didn't say. We just know everyone's favorite scoundrel, Lando Calrissian, will return in a brand new event series for Disney+. Justin Simien, creator of the critically acclaimed Dear White People, never heard of it, and a
show.
huge Star Wars
I know it's a
fan,
movie.
is developing the story. That's all we know. So I'm like, why wouldn't you announce if Billy D and or Childish Gambino.
It's going to be Childish Gambino, and I'll tell you what this is going to be. These are going to be shorts, and they're going to be his little vlogs from Rogue One.
But then why not name it Calrissian
Or
Chronicles?
from Solo.
That name is perfect. Just name it the Calrissian Chronicles.
I don't know. That's my guess. I don't know. I have no inside information.
I
I'm just
hope
guessing.
and wish, because that was amazing.
I think it'd be cool.
Solo was great, but I would say Gambino is my favorite part of that. He was the highlight for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My high for me was when they referenced Black Spire.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, like, character / like bigger part was
Yeah,
Lando.
I think him.
But
I
yeah,
think he was
talking
the
about
best.
Black Spire and
That was
Batu
cool.
and whatever, that was the best. And then we get your favorite, Andor.
Do not care. Looks okay.
But
Don't
it's a
care.
tense, nail-biting spy thriller.
But we know how it turns out, so don't care.
Dang. What if it's World Between Worlds and it's after Rogue One?
Don't care.
No, I agree. That would make it awful. But it's cool that Tony Gilroy is coming back to
Yeah.
do it because he was involved with Rogue One.
Yeah, he
So
directed Rogue One.
basically, yeah. No, I mean, he did. Yeah.
He did definitely.
Yeah.
That was them being nice to Gareth Edwards.
And then we talked about this a long time ago, but Stellan Skarsgård is in it. Is he good guy, bad guy? I think
Bad guy.
it'd be awesome to see him be a bad guy, but I don't know. Mon Mothma's going to be there again. They didn't
Okay,
mention
this show could be really interesting.
it could be.
But it's just
I'm more interested than you. So, we'll see.
I got to, for me to be invested, other than Rogue One or Rogue Squadron, because I think it's going to be just a very well done film.
Yeah.
I gotta be interested in the time frame, which
Yeah.
I do not care about this time frame anymore. We've beaten this time frame to death.
Yeah, we have. I hope
What are you
Bail
going to
Organa's
find
in it.
out? Is this how he finds out that they're building a Death Star? Like, what else is there to find out? Who cares?
I don't know. I hope Bail Organa's in it though. It'd be cool to see him and Mon Mothma, and like maybe he talks to Obi-Wan a little bit. Not Cassian, but Bail. Maybe Bail communicates with
I
him.
don't care.
I don't know. We could get Bail and Obi-Wan. That'd be cool.
I'm sure like I said, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be cool. I'm sure I'll
Diego
the show, I'd
Luna
be like,
is
dang,
so excited for it though.
yeah, he seems
He's
genuinely
insanely
like excited about it.
Yeah, like this is his like thing that he wants to do right now more than anything. So,
I'm excited
for
for
him.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I'm happy for everyone involved.
yeah, I'm more excited than you, but
you are.
It's
I
right in the middle for me. It's above. Actually, no, it's below Rangers for me. Rangers of the New Republic.
just
right below.
of all the things you could have done with this time period, why are you giving Cassian Andor a show?
Yeah.
He's not even like the best part of Rogue One.
Well, Krennic is, and Tarkin.
I would like to just give the Empire a show.
Yes. Well, not quite the Empire, but the Acolyte was announced.
We know nothing about this,
no,
right?
but I want that. No, yeah. I mean, we know Leslie Headland's doing it. That's it, basically.
Who's that?
She was the creator of the Mind Bending series, Russian Doll, which
Never
I
heard of it.
haven't seen. I've heard of it, and I heard it's good, but that's all. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take the audience into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic. So this ties into...
Darth Bane.
You think Bane? Bane could be there. Plagueis could be there. Who trained Plagueis?
No, I'm sorry. Plagueis, not
Yeah. Who
Darth Bane. Darth Plagueis.
I forget who trained Plagueis, but his master could be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Sorry, not Bane.
That
Plagueis.
would be sick. That would be sick.
Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yeah. I'm excited for it because I love Darkseid, and like this is like
Well, the end days of the High Republic.
the final days of the High Republic era.
Okay.
And I think I forgot what it was, but
I
there is a
look
gap.
right now while I'm thinking about
There
it.
is a gap between High Republic and Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it's like 50 years or something.
Something like that.
Something
I
like
forget
that.
exactly. So it's not going to be like Qui-Gon is going to show up. It's not
No.
like that. So it won't be like exactly leading up to Phantom Menace. So
Watch us say that now, and then it's like it shows him showing up. Like,
Right.
I'm Qui-Gon.
yeah. But Plagueis would be sick, but I don't need Plagueis. I'll be okay if it is. But I just like anything dark side. Give me more dark side, especially like that's not origins of the Sith, but like it's pretty early on Sith stuff.
Is this the book that's out already?
Light of the Jedi was the first book.
Okay. I thought I
And
pre-ordered this.
People are going crazy over it. They say it's amazing.
It's sold out.
yeah.
In stock January 25th.
Light of the Jedi is supposedly
Jesus.
the greatest thing ever. So
Really?
yeah.
Even though Charles Soule wrote it?
Charles,
I'm
Soule's
kidding.
great.
I'm kidding. I'm
What do you
kidding.
mean?
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
The main Vader comic is good that he did.
I know. I'm kidding. People are liking this book?
Yeah, people love it.
Okay. I need to get a copy of this. It doesn't come back into stock till I bet I can find it like
So I am
Bookstore,
excited
yeah.
for the Acolyte. That's in my top 4
it's
at
got
least.
4.5 stars right now.
I'm gonna keep rolling.
Go ahead.
And then
I'm just trying to find. I want to buy this
Then
book.
we got Clone Wars Season 8, basically the Bad Batch,
Who
which
cares?
I don't really care about the Bad Batch, but we're gonna see Order 66 again, and we're gonna see Palpatine again, and we're gonna see Fennec Shand, which I am interested in seeing how Fennec Shand ties into all this. So
I don't
because I want to
care.
see how and why people are obsessed with her. I like Ming-Na Wen. I think it's
That's
a cool
the actress
character,
who plays her.
but
They're excited
yeah.
about.
In a way, she's like the new Boba Fett. Even though she is more badass than Boba Fett originally was, she's kind of the new Boba Fett, where it's like, okay, I kind of see it, but eh. But I'm excited to see what they do with her in this because
I will,
mentions-
like I told you today, I'll be watching The Bad Batch.
well, yeah, I'm gonna watch it too, obviously. But
I just have no expectations for it.
yeah,
That's so sick.
that's the next Star
I
Wars.
feel like
we
I'm being
get.
really negative about all this stuff. I'm not. I'm
no,
excited.
no, yeah,
I just don't care about certain eras. To me, it's all about where you place it.
yeah,
Because I'm so sick of anything from episode 2 to the beginning of 4.
yeah, same.
We've beaten that shit to death.
We need 6 to 7. That's what we need.
Even 4 to 5. There's a lot of cool stuff you could do between
Yeah.
4 and 5. I mean, how they
Yeah.
get to Hoth, like how they find out that that's the
Yeah.
like. There's comic books that have.
It'd be cool
told
to
some
see
stories
Crate
there.
maybe in Andor. I know we're jumping back to Andor.
Yeah,
but
that'd be
seeing
cool.
Crate, like
I'd
if
be
they
down
do
for that.
something like that,
That'd be cool. There's ways to make everything cool, but it just for me it's like as soon as I hear set after the events of the Clone War, I just go I'm tapped. I don't care
Yeah,
because ultimately you know how it turns out. So it's like
basically. But
just-
now these two, I don't know a whole lot about, and I'm not excited for, to be honest, for what I do know. I don't know anything about Star Wars Visions. To me, that sounds like Marvel What If. Like, I don't need that. I'm not too intrigued.
I kind of like that idea.
Star
actually,
Wars Visions.
I
It
like that
says,
kind of stuff.
Presenting all new creative takes on the galaxy far, far away, Star Wars Visions will be a series of animated short films celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators. The anthology collection will bring 10 fantastic visions from several of the leading Japanese anime studios, offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. So is it basically like the YouTube shorts that you really like that I'm like, who cares?
I don't know how you don't like those. They're so cool.
Because it's the same thing we've already seen, just it looks different.
I don't like the idea of making a show to be diverse.
That's what that made it sound like, which it still could be good, but that.
But couldn't you just
Whole
say
little
we're doing
paragraph.
an anime Star Wars show? It's gonna
Yeah.
be badass.
But the whole paragraph was about being culturally diverse.
You didn't say anything about the show. You didn't
No.
give us any like.
I'm for diversity. Like obviously, everyone should.
Yeah,
have
everyone
stuff.
is, but like
Yeah,
everyone
but
should be.
When it's
if you're not, you're
forced and
fucking
derivative.
stupid.
Yeah, when it's forced.
But
and
when you're doing
derivative,
something to do it, that's like
yeah,
that's its
when you
own
have a
form of
problem.
racism.
That would have been like they didn't do this for Rogue Squadron, but that would have been like for the headline
First
thing
female
for Rogue
director,
Squadron.
and then
yeah.
he was. I'm so glad. It shouldn't
It's
be a
so-
female thing, like because then
Yeah.
you know what it sounds like to me when they say shit like that. It's like you're grading on a curve.
Yeah.
It's good for a female.
Exactly.
No, she's a good director.
Exactly.
No, he's a good director. No, anime's badass when it's badass.
Yeah.
You
Some
don't have
anime
to.
sucks. Some anime is good. Just like some, whatever American movies
Anyone
are
who
good.
doesn't,
some
anyone who
American movies
thinks that
suck.
like a woman can't be a good director is fucking stupid, and your opinion doesn't matter.
yeah.
And
That-
so,
yeah.
why do we have to keep pretending that people think that way? Does anyone really think like that? That didn't storm the Capitol
I was
building
gonna say
yesterday?
we found out yesterday. Yes, people think like that.
I mean, I know people do, but like,
Yes.
come on, man. We all know that there's good female directors, there's good female, there's good
There's
guys,
bad
there's
female
good
directors.
males, and just in general, there's good men, there's good women, there's bad men, there's bad women.
Yep.
I mean, I just feel like it degrades it. It's like, oh, because she's a woman. Like, is that rain?
I was about to say. It sounds like it is raining. Yeah. Good thing you put.
Glad we put the top on.
Yeah, nice.
Shit. Yeah, I feel like you're grading on a curve.
Yeah.
Oh no! You know what I just realized?
No.
We gotta stop this. I put the top on, but I didn't put the holes in this, so there is rain getting in my car right now.
Oh dang.
Shit.
Where's it at?
Over here. All right, ready?
Yeah.
We're back at it. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I had to. Anyone who drives a Wrangler that has a hardtop Wrangler, I forgot to put the little screws in that hold the pieces down, the T-tops down, so I had to go run and do that. So sorry about that. All right, where were we?
Wrapped up.
What were we
Talking about Visions because we don't know anything about it. I'm not too interested, but okay.
You would be interested if it's like a what if?
I'm gonna watch all of these no matter what, but that would be still my second to last because the next one is my last.
Droids?
A droid story. I have no clue. Now, if it's like the original droids, I'll be interested to see like
I think it's
how
probably
they do
like
it.
that. I think it's
If
probably
it's like that, that makes it a little more interesting for me because that's almost like making the Ewok movies again.
Didn't it say though it's something with like a new hero?
There is another new droid, so it's like I don't know how excited I am for that. I'm tired of another new planet, another new Jedi, another new droid. Like I'm tired
Droids
of.
though make more sense than anything else.
Yeah, but all of them can't be the next cute best thing ever. Like I'm because Dio still isn't as good as like BB-8 to me.
No, I agree.
BB-8's probably
Dio had potential.
yeah. Yeah.
He's
So
cute.
for
I
a
love
droid
Dino.
story, it says, as Lucasfilm continues to develop new stories, the intersection of animation and visual effects offers new opportunities to explore. Lucasfilm Animation will be teaming up with Lucasfilm's visual effects team, Industrial Light and Magic, to develop a special Star Wars adventure for Disney Plus, A Droid Story. This epic journey will introduce us to a new hero, guided by legendary duo R2D2 and C-3PO.
Yeah.
So that's all we know.
means.
Yeah.
Wild.
I'm not too excited for that one,
Now-
but I'm going to watch it, obviously.
Every time Disney does a big announcement like this, something doesn't get made.
And, of course, Boba Fett, Book of Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
So,
What do you think
And
out
Mando
of
Season
all
3.
of these? Yeah, out of all of these things, something's not going to get made. What do you think it is? Go.
oh, what do they drop?
Yeah.
Droid Story.
I don't think so. I think they got to keep that animation team
You-
working. I think
you
if they
got-
drop anything, they drop Lando.
Oh, I hate to say it, though, but, like, I obviously don't agree with what we just said, but, like, that's another diverse thing in their hat, like a diverse feather. Be like, oh, but look, it's our African-American led series.
I don't think.
I don't think they would do that.
I don't know. I feel like of all that's like the weakest link, because everything else is already being worked on.
Well, Bad Batch is basically done.
That batch is done.
Andor is filming. Ahsoka is, like, basically
Obi-Wan's
filming.
filming.
Obi-Wan is filming. They're not going to
Acolyte.
not do Patty Jenkins' movie.
They're not going to not do the Acolyte because it ties into High Republic, which is obviously
Yeah, and people are loving it already, so that's not going to get dropped. It comes down to Visions, a droid
Dude,
story.
I hope I read that book and I'm like, I'm all in. I hope.
I hope so.
I said that before too. I remember I was like, I hope I.
And they're
I'm
not going
wrong.
to drop Rangers because it's Mando cinematic universe they're building. So, and it's Filoni and Favreau. Like, it's a go. So, like, that's not getting dropped. Andor's filming. I don't know if we just said that. Bad Batch is done. It's Visions or Droid Story, and they're not going to drop Visions because it's their whole diverse thing. And, I mean, Lando, too, you could throw in that. Those are the three options. But Lando and Visions are their whole diverse
They shouldn't.
thing.
They shouldn't drop. I feel like they announced too much.
Possibly. I just don't think we need Visions
Well,
or
to be fair, some of the
droids.
announcements were things that we'd already known about.
Yeah.
It was just elaborating on it.
Yeah, we already knew Kenobi. We already knew Bad Batch. We already knew Andor. We already basically knew Ahsoka.
Bad Batch is like in February, right?
I can't remember if we've been told that since this announcement, but this announcement did not say. But that's the next Star Wars visual medium we have.
Look
is
up,
Bad
look,
Batch.
look up when that comes out. I'm like 90% sure it's like late February.
That's soon though. That's super soon.
I know. But I'm pretty sure that's right. But WandaVision starts next week, and I cannot.
Yeah,
wait
that's
for
January 17th, right?
that.
Yeah. 16, 17, something like that. It's soon.
15th, 19th,
Soon.
maybe.
I can't remember.
I'm down.
You're excited for that?
WandaVision. Oh,
I am
yeah.
too, but I'm shocked
yeah.
you are.
Once I realized what it was, like when first of all the trailer, I was like,
I still don't know what it is.
it's she's living out an alternate, like a fake reality with
Okay.
Vision being alive.
Okay. I don't know how that affects or what that implies
That's the
to
point.
the
You
real
don't know.
reality.
Because she could be sitting like in. I think it's going to play out like they just kind of play it normally, and then at the end of the season, you're going to see her. She's like in Stark Tower or something.
In like a coma or something.
yeah,
Just like
and the whole thing was like was a dream. That rain sounds so peaceful.
I'm not finding anything for the release date.
I thought for sure it was this February. Am I wrong?
I think everything I'm just seeing is 2021, and that's it.
I thought it was like February or March. I thought the first episode was like February 28th or something like that. Did you have a Bad Batch release date?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything
Weird.
other than 2021.
It might have gotten pushed back because of COVID. They may have taken it down. But
Also
I
true.
swore it was February.
Yeah. I don't know, but now after I'm seeing all of them again, although I don't have the notes right here in front of me, Obi-Wan is still top for me.
Yeah, it's my number one too.
Yeah.
And then Rogue Squadron for me. I just feel like
It's
that
probably
could be-
Acolyte number 2 for me.
really. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like if I'm interested in High Republic, yeah, I'll be really excited about it. If this falls flat for me and I don't dig it,
Yeah.
who knows? I don't know, man. I tend to not to be like. I tend to kind of go against the grain, and it's not anything I do consciously. But like when people get really excited about stuff, I was like Clone Wars. I was like, okay, I don't really care. Everyone loved Rogue One, didn't love Rogue One. I don't know. I'm gonna rewatch Rogue One this week actually, because I feel like I need to, and I really want to reread Catalyst and then watch Rogue One again.
Maybe that'll make it better in your eyes.
Well, I know the
Maybe
book
it'll
made
help.
Catalyst made the movie better because I finished it the same day I saw the movie.
Oh, true.
So I know that it definitely tied it because like when you first see Krennic, you're like, oh, I know their relationship already. Catalyst is a good book, man.
That's a good point. Yeah, because
It's a really good
in the
book.
movie you don't really get
That
all of the
flashback
relationship
scene you get
on Coruscant
is in the book.
That's the only Coruscant we've got since Disney bought.
That's okay.
Well, not counting. Well, I mean, we did in Clone Wars season 7, technically,
Yeah.
but like that's the only live action Coruscant we've got.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about this too, but then we'll end on this. The Gallery season 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Gallery season 2
there's
was
a few good things from it, but
I think they literally filmed it because they didn't mention anything about Luke.
it was like an afterthought. That's what I felt like.
I think that I told you this. I said I feel like they did this as like they were planning to release it on DVD.
Yeah,
and it
or
was
something.
bonus features.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. This really feels like an old throwback to like the early DVDs.
Yeah,
it was not as good as season 1
Definitely
for
not.
Gallery. I mean, it's only one episode. It wasn't as engaging because I feel like I didn't get a conversational feel like I got from season 1. That felt very like personal and like intimate. As this was more just like behind the scenes of making a movie.
Yep.
It's like okay, like
that was interesting.
they've been doing that since 2000.
But also,
like,
too, though, it was like how many things can they do in their defense? Like the reveal that they filmed all that in the volume was like a huge deal.
that was mind blowing.
and it
Like how do you top that?
I mean, you can't. I mean, like unless they're
Yeah.
doing something crazier than that, which
Yeah.
it's definitely possible. But like, I mean, I don't know. I felt like they also were filming it while they weren't allowed to talk about things because they didn't mention Luke.
There's no mention of the Luke. I
And
don't know
that-
if that was just intended because
I
they didn't
think-
want a spoiler.
I think
or
so. They didn't want that out
in case somebody watched it before,
in case it just
or it
in case
leaked
leaked or
before.
something.
Because the more people you have in house that knows about it, the bigger chance you have of
Yeah.
it leaking. And also, like some of it, you can tell was filmed before COVID because there's no masks.
Yep.
But then, like other scenes, you're like,
You see-
oh, the production staff has masks on. So
Yeah.
this was after March 2020. So okay, we get it. But there were some cool takeaways though. Not as many as season 1, but George being on set, that was cool to see.
Watching him hold Grogu.
Hold Grogu and interact with Ahsoka. That's fun to see.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It was also cool hearing Dave Filoni kind of fanboy about seeing Ahsoka in live action.
Yeah, yeah, and how
That
he
was
like
cool.
and how him and Katie Sackhoff had their little story about Bo-Katan because he was like when he hired her to do the voice, he was like, one day you could play the character in live action, and
like
she
they
was
were
like, nah, there's no way. But then here
I
we
feel
are.
like they were shitty to Ashley Eckstein. I would love to get like
I want to hear that story. It must be
gotta
bad
hurt.
though if it's not out there. I want to assume the best, but that's what's got me in some trouble in the past, assuming the best in people. So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm not commenting.
No, don't assume the best. I try. But yeah, I would love to know that, but maybe it's bad. That's why we don't know it. But it was cool. Also seeing some stuff on the Dark Troopers. Those were dudes
cool.
in suits.
Yeah.
That wasn't CGI. They CGI'd the joints and the mechanics, but those were dudes in suits.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
That's cool.
That's so cool. I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like CGI'd out like the arms. You could see like mechanics moving. in
Yeah,
the
like
arms.
the
But it was
hydraulics
weird
and that
it
kind of
was,
stuff.
It was practical. It's wild.
Yeah, that's cool. And then seeing what else? Seeing how like excited Robert Rodriguez was, and how he's like, "Yeah, I just went in my backyard with my kids, and like we
Filmed the
filmed
animatic."
the whole animatic for the episode."
He goes-
And they showed the
and
animatic.
They showed him like, and he was like, I showed Dave Filoni, and he's like, "Are those action figures in your animatic?" He's
like,
like,
"Yeah,
that's all I had."
that's
And he's
all I
like,
had.
This makes this the coolest animatic
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah, and because that's how Favreau keeps
He
referring
should make
to
a
this.
Star Wars movie, man. They should
Yeah.
give it. He would really do. Like
Yeah.
I would be surprised if he's directing Book of Boba
I was gonna
Fett.
say he's got to be at least involved with Boba Fett for sure. I mean, I don't know how Trank would have done, but I'm glad Rodriguez is involved. He's a perfect fit for Boba.
Josh Trank is not a good director.
No, so who knows? Rodriguez looks like it's a better choice, but he was so excited about it. He was a huge nerd, and seeing him play guitar with Grogu,
You know
that
what's-
was a cute little scene
You know what's
too.
funny? Like, I heard Holly when we were watching it. She was like, why is he playing guitar?" I'm like, "You
Yeah.
don't play guitar. It's you can kind of clear your head and just it's like it's almost like a fidget spinner. Like it's just
Yeah.
because once you know how to play and you know what you're doing,
You just kind of do it
you
just
kinda
for the
do it.
hell
It's
of
just,
it.
you can think about it. It's like I'll be having a conversation with her while I'm playing,
Yeah,
and then I'll like you can tell I'm thinking about something. It's like, what? I'm like, no, I'm just thinking about it. It does clear your head in a
Yeah.
weird way.
yeah. I mean, that's really about it. I'm trying to. I had a few notes about it, but like that's about it.
Oh, Kevin Kiner.
What
Is that
about
his
it?
name?
Yeah, he did the music for. Oh no, you're thinking of Tom Kane.
Tom
right?
Kane. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Kevin Kiner's the composer for the animated
For
stuff.
mostly Rebels.
Yeah.
And
Poor guy had a stroke,
yeah,
man.
Tom Kane had a stroke. For those who don't know, Tom Kane, you've probably heard him, obviously, especially if you've been to Disney. He's the main male voice for all Disney in-park announcements. He's the one right now that does the please keep your face mask on at all times. thank you for visiting, like that guy.
The only exception is if you're actively eating or drinking
while stationary.
While stationary and socially distant.
Yeah, thank you for visiting.
Please wash your hands.
Yeah.
Frequently.
Thoroughly and often. And originally he did like the monorail spiel and stuff. Like,
did he?
Yeah, like per favor, manténganse alejado de
That's
las
not
patas.
him.
He's done some of it. He's not the original.
guy.
I shouldn't have said original,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's done that too. But he's also, you'll know him from Clone Wars. He has one character, and he's the guy that's at the beginning that you don't like, the voice of war. Meanwhile on Camino.
Yeah, I don't like. It's just
he does that.
It's a kid show.
Yeah, but he's also a character. He's Admiral Wolf Yularen. So he's a Republic admiral that eventually converts to an Empire, an Imperial. So, and he's in, I think it's only Clone Wars. No, he's in Rebels too, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, great voice actor, big Disney Parks guy. So hoping he's okay. I haven't heard of anything on it since it happened like a week ago. But
yikes.
Yeah, not a good note to end on. But
Dr. Dre had a stroke as well, didn't he?
I didn't know that. Oh, yikes.
Yeah, Dr. Dre's in the hospital.
Fun.
Yeah, that's what divorce will do to you.
Fun.
I guess that's it. Let's wrap this up. I gotta go to bed. I can't stay awake anymore. I'm so tired.
Dead.
Let us know if you're listening to this on YouTube. Comment down below and let us know what you're most excited for from all the announcements. For sure, we want to know your thoughts, obviously, because that's kind of the fun of the show, is getting to hear you guys chime in as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Rate and review the show on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you listen to the Spotify, wherever you listen to the podcast. Make sure you rate and review it. And we'll see you in the next show. You can follow me on Instagram. I changed my Instagram handle
and logo. It's a pretty sick.
Yeah, I changed the. So I want to talk about that. If you're listening to this and you're like, Florida Fun, I thought it was Florida Fun. I thought it was Park Hughes, Brad Hughes. I thought it was Jedi Talk. It's confusing, but now it's just Brad Ventures. And the reason I changed it from Florida Fun to Brad Ventures is because if you searched Florida Fun, I should have done this before I changed the name. It's impossible.
A lot of things
to
pop
find
up.
it.
A lot of things.
It's just. If you type Brad Ventures, it pops up right away.
Nice.
So it's just a fun little. I like puns, so it was Adventure. Brad
we do
Venture.
love puns here.
So it was just a fun little name, and the little pineapple logo guy with the sunglasses fit because I have like 5 pineapples.
Because you're a fruit with sunglasses.
Because I'm a fruit and glasses.
It's so cute.
It's cute.
There it is.
But yeah, Evan, where can they find you? I forget what I think it's the Real Brad Ventures on Instagram
Real
or something
Brad
like that.
Ventures?
Is
Not
that what
the
it
fake
is?
Brad? I don't remember.
I don't remember what it was because Brad Ventures was taken. So
somebody needs to make fake Brad Ventures.
No, don't do that.
No. Well, somebody should. I stand by it. I said it.
No,
I stand by it.
Remind me to edit out the name from the episode.
Yeah.
I'll
hey, don't forget. Edit out
I'll
that name.
forget.
Edit out that name.
Should have said that.
That one name. Nope. But we know a lot of people with that name. So who knows? If you don't edit it, it's fine.
No, I'm going to edit it.
But it's not fine. So take it out.
I'm going to edit it.
Take it out. Please, you should take it out.
I will.
should.
Where can they find you?
I'm just on Instagram. My name, Evan T. Boucher. So
if you want to see pictures of Evan on Batu with his lightsaber, that's where you go.
Well, I got a new one today. So
for Christ's sake.
Vader pictures coming.
This is a serious
Vader
question.
pictures.
This is, and I mean this as your best friend.
Oh, boy.
How many pictures is it going to take before you stop?
Never. I'm never going to stop.
It's the same shit over and over.
Yep. I wear different clothes. I have a different lightsaber, so it's different.
God.
Therefore, it's different.
Oh, I love you to death.
Yeah, I know you do.
I was going to take a picture today and mock you and put it on Instagram where I was on rides.
But you're not even that cool.
It looked pretty dope today. I'll have you know.
Oh, wait. Did you do Rebel Pilot today?
No,
or Resistance Pilot? Whatever.
I'm trying to do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
If I can get an early boarding group, I'm going to do it because it's just hot. The thing is hot.
And you keep getting the 1 p.m. drops now instead of the 7 a.m. And I can't get any of them. Well, technically, I got the 1 p.m. today with you, but I couldn't make it because I had to go to work.
And it went to waste.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
What a pity.
Let's go. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go. I'm at home, but I'm ready to go to bed. I'm going to go right to sleep from here.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you guys for telling this show that really ended on a whimper, didn't it?
We're coming in hot with Mando rewatch next time, probably.
Yeah.
Possibly. So
we're gonna. I have a few. Actually, you know what? Next week I want to do the deleted scenes.
Yeah.
So this is your homework, and everyone else listening too. Go and watch every deleted scene. They're all on Disney Plus. You can go. You can pull up a movie. You can pull up all deleted scenes and give me your thoughts on them. And I have all mine for every deleted scene in any in all of Star Wars.
You got a head start on your homework.
Well, it's okay because I did it already. I was a good student. I was a terrible student.
And eventually we're going to do a lightsaber top 10 because mine changed again.
I don't remember what mine were, so we're going to do it again.
Yeah, mine's going to change.
I'd love to know. I would actually like to go back and listen and see.
Compare them?
And compare what my lists were.
Yeah.
Because now that I have the lightsaber book, I'd like to, because there's a few that I really liked in that lightsaber book.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it, man. All right, well, we'll see you on the next show. Till then, stay safe. We'll see you next time. May the force be with you.
Always.
I'm so tired. I'm tired, man. I'm ready to go home and go to sleep. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, man. I'm so hungry.
Are you tired? You're hungry, man?